he added that performative energy. If you out, you can kind of get those lyrics. Because, everybody think they got an op. Everybody in the club think they got
and everyone can go, ah.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't like that, but yeah, everybody can do that.
That was crazy.
No worry, mom.
Oh, man, I feel like I haven't seen any of you in so long.
Well, it's been
a few days.
Like 5 or 6 days.
I saw you Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
But today is Thursday. Today's the 28th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
March 28th.
Yes, we are back.
We are back in the studio.
Landed this morning in sunny Newark.
Sunny Newark.
Or as Newark, as my grandmother would say.
Beautiful 46 degrees and raining outside right now.
I was a little nervous that my flight would be delayed and I wouldn't get here on time, but I made it.
I'm glad you made it. You seem like you got some sun. You got a little color to you.
I was in the shade for the most part,
mm-hmm.
but I did have to step outside at some point. And Miami, doesn't do great with my complexion.
Yeah.
I was out there. I was on South Beach. I went to A Heaux.
Ew.
So you go to every city and do the same shit you do home.
All right,
you're one of those guys. Like you find what you know at home. Like, okay, there's Soho House here.
You're not wrong.
Is there? Where can I get a good beer? Like you one of those guys.
Well, I'd never been to the Soho House Miami one is different because they have like a section of the beach, like cut off on South Beach.
Yeah.
So you can like go out and sit and like they have waitresses.
You can scoff at the poor people that can't get through the sand that you're on.
I don't know, man. South Beach is a pretty crazy range of finances, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's way more poor people on South Beach now than there's rich people.
I mean, there's way more.
Things have shifted.
There's way more poor people in the world.
Like, well, I mean, if you put it that way.
Yeah. Some of those people,
I can't argue that.
Some of those people you saw on South Beach, they had condos last year.
Like even the Versace mansion now, like looks a little bando-ish. Yeah. All of South Beach looks like 1985 to me.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't really updated shit.
You stopped at another house on South Beach. Or not on South Beach, but in Miami. Rory was doing a house tour in Miami.
Well, I mean, we can get to that. Should we recap the DC show first?
Thank you to everyone that came out to the DC show.
Because I'd like to properly tell that story.
I'm so ready to get into that. Come on.
Thank you to everybody that came out to the DC show from the DMV area, because it was people, we can't just say DC, it was people from all over, Baltimore, Virginia. Shout out to we had our first fight.
I think the first fight ever in live podcasting history.
We had the first fight.
We should check with the Guinness Book of World Records. I think we did something groundbreaking.
Yeah.
That no one thought. We thought fighting at an R&B show was crazy.
Yeah, no, fighting at a podcast, a live podcast is like next level. Like, so here's how it happened. First of all, rewind a little bit. The gentleman that was on stage that ended up getting into the fight, he was on stage. Shout out to Tequila Talk. They opened for us in DC again. So he was on stage with them. And he was talking, whatever. We were off stage, get ready to go on, waiting to go on after Tequila Talk got done with their set. And so the gentleman got off, but you can't really hear what's going on stage. You can't hear the audience. So he walks right up to me like, yo, Mom, man, they booed me, man. They booed me off the stage. So I looked at him, I was like, I didn't know what they were doing. So I thought maybe he was trying to rap, spit some bars, and they booed him. I didn't know. I was like, damn, I just gave him the, damn, kid, like, yo, but hang in there. I gave him one of those, what I mean? Keep your head up. Like, I don't know what to say.
Talk to Rory. He bombs all the time on stage.
Yeah. So as he walks away from me to go back out into the audience, he goes to the side door. He says something that's very familiar if you're from the hood and you know some shit is about to happen. He said, all right, watch.
I might have canceled the show if I heard that.
But I ain't paying no mind. I'm like,
he's walking to the car to
I'm
get
like,
them.
I know what I watch mean where I come from. Don't know what it means down here in the DMV, right? So I'm like, okay. He was like, all right, watch. Cool. So we go on stage, we start doing our set. And as we're talking about the whole, Drake and his history of battle rap and things like that. So we started talking about Drake and Meek's battle. And as we're talking about that
maybe 10 minutes in, you would say?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Maybe 10.
As we're talking about that, you start seeing everybody getting up and kind of like, because the chairs were like foldable chairs, so you can move the chairs.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you see people getting up, pushing chairs, but everybody looks like they're looking at the ground. So initially, I thought maybe a rat ran in the venue.
But it was a little dark too, so we couldn't fully see in the back.
Yeah, because you can't really see, but I'm seeing people run and they're looking at the ground. So I'm like, maybe somebody saw a rat running through the venue. People see a rat running in the venue, they getting up, they moving out the way.
Yeah.
Then we learned the gentleman and the security guard were on the floor tussling.
No Diddy.
So I immediately said he must be a dream chaser. Just try to make fun of the whole Drake Meek situation we were talking about. But we didn't think it was a real fight. We thought maybe, somebody's just having words. Oh no, then more security started to come and help the other security guard. And as they were picking him up off of his feet, carrying him out, he was still trying to swing on the security guard. And then he went on his IG live and he
broke free. I'll give him some credit. He did break free for like a second and then was quickly yoked up within, 4 or 5 seconds after that. He gave a good attempt. We still don't exactly know what started the entire security versus him beef.
I'm guessing he was maybe drunk and was bothering people sitting around him, being too loud, belligerent, and they had security come get him, and maybe he didn't want security touching. Don't touch me. When niggas say don't touch me, you touch him. You gotta fight after that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it was one of those, but the fact that it happened at our show is insane.
Yeah, I was on Twitter and I refreshed the Twitter feed just to see, to see if the show is going smoothly. And then it was like 6 tweets in a row. They were like, yo, there's a fight. They broke out. They swinging, all that. I was like, so then I screenshotted that and sent it. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Listen, man.
And I didn't hear. Rory called me after the show because obviously you guys still had to do the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, what the hell?
The show didn't really skip a beat. And that just speaks to the DMV area. Everyone just kind of moved out the way.
Yeah.
And then just kept watching the show.
Just kept watching the show, laughed about it.
Put their chair back.
Put the chairs back. Everybody sit down. But aside from that, it was a great show, great crowd, great energy.
God, everyone was okay too.
I was hoping a young lady that brought her newborn son on stage when we were there maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Last time. I was hoping she came back with her son so we could see him being that.
Being one?
Well, he was 6 weeks when we met him.
Yeah.
So he was only 6 weeks old. So I was hoping that she came back, but
he might be with a new family though.
Rory.
See,
that's crazy.
That's anti-black, as Damaris would say.
Anti-black is funny.
That's racist for calling that anti-black.
Maybe he's with the new family is crazy.
All right.
That's sick.
I thought it was cool at the time.
It is.
But now that you have
that I'm just thinking about having a 6-week-old on it, bringing to a live show and on stage is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
In retrospect.
Well, we said that then. We were kind of shocked and
just now it feels even weirder.
Well, it's different because you have a baby now.
Germs, everything, that would just terrify me.
Yeah.
Was it weird that they were at the show or that they were on stage?
Both, honestly.
Both.
Matter of fact,
she couldn't be on stage if she wasn't at the show.
I think on stage was the safest place for her to be.
That's true.
I'm actually glad she spent the entire show on that couch with her baby.
We had
Because if a fight breaks, all right, let's put her in this show. What if she's next to that fight with a 6-week-old?
True.
Yeah, but you brought your baby to the show.
I was going to say, we had Marshmallow.
Yeah, she was backstage
in the green room.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that show. We had Marshmallow outside pretty early.
That's true.
Oh, you're talking about that. That's still different though, because we're not in the GA.
Damn.
I mean, he sounded like a dick when he said it, but that would have been my reply as well.
Essentially, no, because I know the show we went to together at Bowery, we were communicating with all of the security
ahead of time,
escorted ahead of time. We took an elevator up. We're not just dragging this fucking baby through a show. We were pretty much delivered her to the VIP section, and then we waited for the whole venue to clear out, and then we left. It was very nice.
He's right. It does sound pretentious, but you are right.
Go ahead, kill me. I'm an asshole.
But,
that's all my idea.
I mean, either way, the DC show was great. The crowd was amazing. Everyone that came on stage was cool. Meet and greets were a lot of fun.
Had a lot of fun with the crowd, man. Thank you to everybody from the DMV area that came out to the Howard Theater. Thank you to the staff at the Howard Theater. Thank you to security, and thank you to the guy that got into a fight for giving us, the first fight in live podcast history. I think we got to check it.
So I was kind of on not really on his side per se, because I really didn't know what happened, but I have a temper and a problem with authority, so I can understand some type of squabble with security. I've been in situations like that.
Yeah.
The show continued on. It's not like he ruined the show. But then I get back to the hotel and he's explaining the situation, which again is fine. But he threw in a shot that was I think maybe I just got kicked out because I was making everyone laugh more than the people that were on stage. I'm like, ooh, you paid for a ticket to come here. And you only gave us 3 minutes to talk.
He said, nah, I got to spice this shit up a little.
Okay.
I didn't get the shot. I don't think it was necessary, but he didn't get refunded.
No.
Hopefully he bought some merch.
Find his live.
He tagged me in it.
Yeah, I think he added. Yeah.
So I'll find anything on social media with me. And
that's hilarious.
Tags me. Yeah, he tagged us. I looked at it for a second. I just laughed and that was it. But Overall, great show. Had a great time in DC. Thank you to everybody.
Next day we went to Nucci's front porch.
Nucci.
We had the first podcast live fight, and then we had the first podcast ever on the front porch with our guy Nucci.
Yeah.
That should be out very soon.
Mhm.
But it was fun to do that. Then I made the biggest rookie move. I was almost embarrassed. I didn't think I was going to tell anyone. I went to the wrong airport.
How?
How embarrassing.
I didn't, and I drive to DC. I think I've flown into DC and out of DC once or twice in my entire life. I only know the greatest president of all time, Ronald Reagan. That's the only airport I know. I didn't know that's their LaGuardia. I didn't know they had a JFK.
Mhm.
Like the real airport. So I
No,
leave.
but DCA is Ronald Reagan, I believe. Yeah, Ronald Reagan that's their international airport.
So that's the one I went to. Apparently I needed to go to the bigger airport, which is like Washington International or something.
Washington and DC.
Washington Duck or some shit.
Oh, Dulles?
Dulles.
That's in Maryland.
No, that's
I think.
Dulles.
Dulles
Not
is in
Dulles.
Maryland, right?
All right, so you guys are actually making me feel better that
No, Dulles is that's big.
But that's in Maryland, though.
yeah. So but all right, sometimes when you fly out of Newark, it'll say NYC, even though you're not. So I leave Nucci's, get to the airport. I'm like, oh, I'll be able to eat, chill for a second, go to the kiosk, type in my little number to check my bags, just in huge letters. I didn't even know this existed in the kiosk. You are at the wrong airport. Leave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Leave.
And
I like that.
They're not that close to each other either.
No, especially not on a Sunday with Sunday traffic.
Yeah,
I
About
just
45
made my
minutes.
flight to ruin my girl's birthday while she had a screaming toddler with her
Oh,
for an hour and a half.
God, that would have been.
Thank God the two women that were there like held it to the last minute so we could even check our bags. I was like, oh, this is off to an amazing start. This is gonna be the worst fucking trip ever.
were you on your Karen shit? You're like, hold that flight.
I didn't
White man.
I didn't have time to do my Karen shit. I was just in traffic being a
Oh.
Karen to the Uber driver.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
I hate that.
No, he was really nice. He
That
actually
poor immigrant.
he was nice. I don't want to snitch on him. I'm not going to
Where's
say
the
his like
DC?
Uber tag. He had me take out the stickers out his window so he could go to like the regular drop off entrance and not the Uber Lyft one. So he was nice.
Oh, okay.
Everyone looked out and it worked out.
Well, good, because that would have been a whole nother story had you missed that flight.
So next day, Kia's actual birthday, surprise her like with this helicopter ride through Miami.
Yeah.
We're going up South Beach, doing the whole tour. Like, this is where the Dolphins play. And like, he's doing the whole tour guide shit.
Yeah.
Few hours before that, I had refreshed my phone to see that there happened to be a Homeland Security raid at P. Diddy's LA home and Miami home.
Mm-hmm.
So I said over the little speaker thingy, hey, if we have like a few minutes, I don't know if you're allowed to do this. Like, do you have free range to fly anywhere? He's like, well, where do you want to go? I was like, do you ever heard of Star Island? He's like, yeah, I know exactly where that is. Why do you want to go there? I said, I just want to check something out real quick. Veers a left, go over, and I just see nothing but fucking sirens, fucking Homeland Security covered over his crib, over Star Island. I'm like, oh, this shit is for real, for real.
Oh, you thought it was just a timeline thing?
It was still new at that point. Like there hadn't even been TMZ footage like that yet.
So you had,
and I just happened to have good timing
So you
to
had
be
the
in a
footage.
helicopter.
You had the first footage of the actual
Yeah, he
raid
sent
at
it to
the, at the
TMZ.
Star Island home.
I did not send it to TMZ.
You took a rope. You said drop the rope here, and you rappelled down, and you got into the Homeland guys. Like, I got it from here, pal.
It does go
Well,
to
Rory
show though,
said-
like how
Rory said
invasive
pull-
helicopters are.
Rory said, pull in a little closer. I'll just be a
Yeah.
fly on the wall.
Yeah, right. Roy put on a
In this,
Velcro vest.
in this
He said,
loud
"Step
ass
aside,
helicopter.
fellas."
Like, in this loud ass helicopter, they'll never know we're here.
Yeah, this is where I spend New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Sorry, just lower it right there.
Yeah.
I have clearance
Just
here.
Roy with holding the rope with Amara in his other hand.
Nasty times.
I mean, I don't know. Does that make me weird? It was my
Yeah.
first time ever in a helicopter. We happened to be right next to Star Island.
It's pretty historic.
You pay a lot of money for those things. I thought I could give directions.
Yeah, it's better
Yeah.
than seeing BBLs from afar.
Yeah, you think I was a Karen at the airport. I was a Karen in the helicopter. Sir, I don't care what the wind is right now. I have to go see Puff's house.
I don't care if it's a no-fly zone. Get us over there.
If we get shot down. I was shocked that there wasn't more helicopters. I think that's why we were like so early on the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was interesting to watch.
Well, it was interesting to watch all of this unfold. As everyone knows, Diddy's homes and properties in New York, LA, and Miami were raided by Homeland Security. Was that Monday?
was Monday, yes.
Monday. And a lot of reports have come out. A lot of people are speaking out about it. So here we are to give our take on all of the information that we have and all of the things that have transpired over the last few days.
My biggest surprise, honestly, was not that the cops or anyone raided Puff's crib. Like, we all speculated after these reports were coming out. We didn't even know if that Lil Rod thing was fully true. Some of the paperwork a little funny in the light, but so many people were coming out and not everything was getting settlements and was talking about crimes. Wasn't shocking that he may be arrested. Homeland Security, though, raiding 3 of your houses, to me is way crazier than I could have ever expected.
At the same damn time.
I could really see Puff getting arrested. Cool. But Homeland Security with a report that it could be for sex trafficking?
Yeah.
Is fucking insane.
This is, I'm seeing people talk about it online and, different platforms that are talking about it. This is something that we've never seen in our culture. I'm old enough to remember when the feds raided Neverland.
Same.
I remember what that felt like. This is a little different though, because number one, this is we're talking about one of the kings of our culture, someone that we appointed and as one of our kings of our culture, somebody that I'm old enough to remember. A lot of y'all here a little younger than me, so y'all don't really understand the impact that Puff has had on the culture per se. But it doesn't get much in our culture. It doesn't get much bigger than Diddy. We don't know. Puff is not arrested. He's not under arrest. His lawyer released a statement saying he is cooperating with the investigation.
It didn't appear that way at first. I mean, we don't know the reports of his plane going from LA to Antigua. Like I saw some report from like a reputable platform that was like, he's then going to go to Cape Verde after that. Like this whole running plan. That's
the dangerous part of social media. Because
verified checks you can buy now, so it doesn't really matter what you say. Now you're verified.
And, Puff
check.
could have had this vacation planned for weeks.
True.
He could have had a family vacation planned for weeks. He could have had business going on.
But if your house gets raided, are you still like, yeah, let's go to Antigua for, a little R&R? Or do you pack up all your shit that you have and run to Van Nuys with your computers?
But he wasn't even on the jet. So then the question becomes, what did he moving?
Jet? Well, that's why I wanted to follow up with what Maul had said with Homeland Security. They were either knew exactly what they were looking for or trying to get something not to go out to the public. Swear this isn't me putting my tinfoil hat on, but when Homeland Security is involved, yes, this could be some type of way to make sure things are not grabbed by the regular police, state troopers. It does need to be in their possession because, as we know, Puff rubs shoulders with a lot of people that have a lot to lose.
Yeah.
And to know that Puff has cameras in every single room of every single house, years and years of security footage, who knows what's on the laptops. There's already been witnesses talking about the party directly to the feds. There could also be a world that they were grabbing shit to make sure it doesn't come out.
Mm.
And Puff may have to be the face of the downfall. He already has too much nasty shit on his jacket. He's probably done a lot of shit wrong. It's an easy target, and he's rubbed shoulders with so many people that are outside of this culture, just in general.
The downfall, the fall guy.
That's what I think.
Because I don't think, because of course we saw nothing but conspiracies over the entire week.
Mm.
Like we've said on this podcast, I personally think Puff has done a lot of nasty shit that he needs to pay the price for. I don't know, just in my gut feeling, that he is in that pedophile ring that everyone's put the Epstein shit is. Do I think he's done some nasty sexual assault, borderline rape, disgusting things with people of age? Sure. And he needs to see his day in court for those. I don't know if this is the pedophile thing that they're trying to make this Homeland Security raid look like. I think there's been some people he's been around that are into that type of shit.
Who said this was pedophile?
Oh, there's two sides of the internet, the
Yeah, but
left and the
you're
right.
saying
The
that.
entire right, if you even would watch some of what Fox News was saying, everyone is convinced that this is attached to the Obamas, the Epsteins, and the pedophile ring.
Well,
that's
not
what
everyone.
that's what that whole side
that's
is
not
believed.
everyone. I think that's a ridiculous. I think bolstering that is ridiculous. Like it's very intentional. They said it was for sex trafficking.
Now
be clear.
most people put sex trafficking with minors. That's what they typically go hand in hand with. We're dealing with the media. The media is stupid. So
Now-
everyone's going to think, especially these days, that Puff is under accusations of sex trafficking with minors because that's just what people think these days.
Now, I don't think that a lot of people understand what sex trafficking is.
Myself included.
Well, sex trafficking literally can be
Fucking at a red light.
if I have a tour bus and I have a show and we meet some women at the show and we bring them on the tour bus and, you know, we have a show in DC and we drive back to New York.
Hold them against their will with.
Well, not hold them.
Not
against-
even that.
Not even
If
hold
you
them
just
against
move
their
a body
will. Just
across
moving
state
them, and then
lines.
now I have other friends in New York that I introduced this girl to, and
Mhm.
it's like they have sex with her,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, we may compensate her, send a little wire transfer, you know, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. Yo, we going over here, come out here, meet some of my, like, you know, because a lot of people think sex trafficking is literally see a girl jogging down the street and pull up in a white van, snatch her, throw her in the van, and fucking like that's not what it is. That's
That
a
is
crime.
what it is.
a
but
crime as well, but it can also be as simple as
There's a spectrum of it.
get on my tour bus, we go to another city, and more of my friends, we all have sex with each other. Like,
Well, I believe one case that came out around the Cassie time was a woman. I think she was in Michigan or something, and she had photos of her and Puff like in the studio, and I told a story that Puff flew her out, and then
Mhm.
who was the president of Bad Boy?
Harv.
Harv Pierre. The two of them, I guess, raped her or something along those lines. That could very well be what this raid is for. Because she did come out, name, face, everything in evidence, and that could be sex trafficking to what you're saying.
I think
They
that
flew
this-
her from Detroit or wherever the fuck it was
Yeah.
to where they were, and a sexual assault happened.
I think that this is a case of there may have been, because now we've learned that there are cameras in the rooms. I think this may be a case of some high profile people being on those cameras having sexual intercourse with whoever. And they just could not risk that coming out. Like, we know the lawsuit that Little Rod has in place, and we know the names that he has stated in those lawsuits. Those are some very serious names. It doesn't get much bigger than some of those names that are in that lawsuit. So when Homeland Security moves the way they did, that's one of the highest levels of the government. That costs a lot of money. Again, this is a tactical team that went in. These are the same niggas that went and got Osama. Like, this is that level of, you know, tactics and force. And, you know, we're talking about Diddy's houses with his kids. It's not like there were any violent crimes. It's not like there were, you know, reports of it being grenades and guns and things like that.
Well, no, there was a lot of reports of Diddy having illegal guns everywhere.
Well,
So,
Diddy,
yeah, I can.
well, you can have guns in your home.
I think this was a little
Illegal guns.
crazy, and
Not illegal, but
a lot of it was for show, of course. As we've
this
seen
is
in the
definitely, be clear, this is definitely a show. This
But-
is definitely a show of force, a show of, you know, you're Diddy, but stay in your place. Like, you're not bigger than the program. You're not bigger than the system.
Okay, but what happens? Okay, I get all that. But like, what do you guys think? What's going to happen to Diddy? What is your prediction? Will he get arrested? What are the ramifications? Will he flee? Pull a Russell?
I don't
know.
think.
What's happening?
I don't think he'll flee. I don't think he'll flee. I do think he will be arrested. I do think that he will be brought up on some charges. But again, his lawyer released a statement saying that he is cooperating. He is not holding them from any part of their investigation. He's allowing them to search properties, do whatever, you know.
I mean, he can't.
judging by
Even if he wanted to, he couldn't.
to answer your question direct, I would have to say, judging by the evidence that we know and the evidence that we can just speculate because they did this, I think Diddy's going to Sammy the Bull this entire thing. I think he's going to take the whole show down.
Well, if he
I don't think
goes,
Puff is sitting in jail for the rest of his life. I think Puff has shown us that he's extremely selfish. I think he would tell you he's extremely selfish. I don't think Puff is not going to be around his kids. I think he's taking the whole business down with him if he has to go.
Well, that's the other side.
He's not going to be the fall guy for this.
This is the other side of this that I don't think people
That's when
are
people get
realizing and touching on. Puff has maybe, he's in a position now where he can really take down a lot of people, a lot of powerful people.
It's the Epstein position.
Yeah, but then, okay, so if we're gonna go that route, we've seen that whole Epstein thing play out, right? I think it's safe to say Epstein didn't kill himself. I don't think Epstein had that much morals and integrity where it was. I
don't think he had any.
It was death before dishonor. Like, oh,
he was gonna be. He
didn't have.
Now, Jesseline, whatever her name is,
Ghislaine.
I always fuck her name up. She's 10 toes. That might be the most solid bitch on earth.
She really is.
But either way, this Diddy thing is going to be a lot bigger than I think people think. It looks. This is, like I said, I've never seen anything like the Michael Jackson thing was big, but again, I never seen this though. I never seen kids in handcuffs on the lawn. Like, this is like, oh shit, like they're not fucking around. They don't give a fuck about power, money, status. This is like, yo, crimes were committed here. Everybody get out. We're tearing through this house. We know what we're looking for. Because they went in there, they know what they were looking for. They were given information. They were told, this is here, that is there, this is where it's at. This is where you can find this. I believe they have everything. All the information they need. I think they just went to go get it for themselves. So now they have it in custody. And then now following that, yes, I do believe Puff will be brought up on charges and arrested. But to Rory's point, I don't think that Puff is going to allow himself to go down. If this was indeed a ring, like people are alluding to, if this was a bunch of other elites involved, I can't see Puff taking the blame or taking the fault for this on his own. I think that he will, again, like his lawyer said, cooperate with the investigation.
And we know Puff to be, one, extremely intelligent, two, one of the most ruthless business people that we've ever came across. I see a world where he has archived all this footage of his peers in compromising situations for blackmail purposes. And I think that's either going to bite him in the ass or maybe be his ticket to walk. I see a world where he does give everyone up. But I also see a world where he could have so much evidence against other people that they pull favor for favor for favor. And let's all just bury all of this. Let Puff do 6 months at, one of the federal camps where they play tennis and give you ice cream. And then he's back in the streets. I see that option too. I mean, all the blackmail he has may actually be his ticket out of here.
Well, I mean, that's another way to look. There's a bunch of different ways to look at this thing. But, what does this mean for our culture? Because I feel like our culture is under attack as of right now. I feel like there's a lot of things that we're going to become privy to that's going to question our morals, question our beliefs.
Under attack and what? This is all self-induced.
Well, no, when I say under attack, meaning like depending on what footage they have and what and evidence that they have of what's been going on for however many years, I think that this definitely, if it's as bad as they're making it seem, this definitely puts a nasty stain on our culture, without a doubt. This is one of the biggest figures we've ever had in our culture.
Is it a stain or a light?
Yeah, honestly.
I mean,
no,
but if you look at everyone covering,
that's how you look at it. Putting a light on it, exposing it. But now again, the information is what comes out of it. Who did what? Who was involved? If it's some people that we've looked up to and we've idolized and we've worked with, because we didn't even get to that part. People that we've worked with, people that we've, been next to and been in business with for years. If it comes out that they're doing some of these wild and crazy things that are being alleged, I think that changes a lot for the culture. That completely turns it on its ear. Like, whoa, so this is the things we've been hearing is real? Like the wild shit, the nasty shit, the abuse and all of that have been alleged over the years, the whispering. So it's real. I think that changes everything for our culture. Without a doubt. I don't think that there's any other way to look at it. Like, how can it not? These are people that we appointed. This is someone that we held up as one of our kings. This is not, this is Diddy we talking about, bro. This is not no, just some guy that just manages a couple artists and has had some good records. Like, this is a mogul. This is somebody that we've championed, somebody that we've looked to, as an example of the things and the places that we can go coming from where we come from. So for it to turn into something else that is now abuse and trafficking and people being, taken advantage of and women being, if it turns into that, how can it not change the culture?
What would change?
I think the way we look at people that are in certain positions change. I think the way that, I think the things that we consume changes.
How though?
Because I don't think that we are no longer attracted to some of the things that we've been attracted to, which like partying and drugs and drinking. And
I don't think that's going to change.
I think that changes a lot. I think a lot of people look at all of that shit totally different. Like, nah, I'm not a part of that.
But I feel like the amount of rappers that have died of gun violence, nothing's changed as far as people's point of view on that. Like as a whole, I just think how hip hop is viewed now. If you look at all the news publications that have been covering this for the past week, they don't cover hip hop at all. Now, like, has my pops texted me about this Puff shit? Like, yo, were you ever at any of those parties? I'm like, no. But my dad doesn't hit me up about anything hip hop related. Mm-hmm. This is across the world now. Hip hop is being viewed as this. Now, I don't think it's
that's why I said it changes. Yeah,
I just don't think it's that crazy because as opposed to what culture? Politics has this stain.
Yeah, exactly.
Rock and roll has this stain.
Yeah, but that's not
Wall Street has this stain. Everything.
It is our culture.
Politics is not our culture.
No, like hip hop and this is it. We're seeing what it is.
Yeah, but this is why I said it changes the culture. Because if that's
positive light was hip hop looked in before this, by the way. Like hip hop killing each other.
Hip hop was looking it was looked at in a very positive light. If somebody that comes from the city and the streets that Diddy comes from, going to college, making his ways up in the ranks of the music business, turning that into fashion, turning that into lifestyle, selling all of the things that he sold. He made it real and tangible that, I can come from the streets and I can become this figure that is at the top of the fucking culture, and I'm employing people. I'm making people's dreams come true. I'm signing people, artists, and of course it changes everything.
Were you saying from inside the culture or outside? Because outside, I don't think they've ever covered the positivity of Puff at all.
I'm talking about
now
outside.
They're just covering the negative. Now, to your point, I think within the culture, Puff was 100% a representation of that in a positive light. Now things look a little crazy. But outside the culture, I don't know. People are always going to find any way to cover hip hop.
Yeah,
negatively.
That's what since the beginning.
They've always,
and now you even see how they've tried to flip this of attaching Puff to the Obamas, attaching him to the voter die campaign. And
anybody
now he's a Democratic pawn that
anybody that he's ever been in a photo with or done business with, of course, that's a higher person, a higher level person is going to be.
On the conspiracy tip, they say up next is your guy Jay. How do you guys feel about that?
That was
they've been saying that Jay was up next for 16 years now.
But I'm just saying this is the.
They also said Jay owns
the same way.
Owns an island, so you know what that means.
Yeah, I
was like, all right, man.
I feel the same way. They've been saying Jay and Beyonce have been up next for doing dirty shit for at least 16, 17 years now. But like I said, I think that anybody whose name is that associated to Puff and working that close to Puff, having a relationship with Puff over the years, I think everybody's name is gonna be thrown in. He's next, she's next.
Well, speaking into who's next.
Al Sharpton is a rat. I don't know why they just don't go right after him. He'll tell it all.
Oh, huge rat.
Speaking of who's next.
I was standing right next to him at a Puff party. I was like, Al Sharpton's here? He was probably wearing a wire.
You just read it and telling that he's a rat.
I'm sure there's a photo of Al Sharpton at that party I was at. There was Revolt cameras everywhere. Nothing was a secret.
Oh, it was one of those parties though. The cameras safe.
Yeah, I think it was streaming live on Revolt. There was nothing happening at that party.
Carisha. If we're talking about up next.
Yo, imagine like making like out of the Miami streets. We've listened to City Girls. We know what they went through. JT's been to jail. Like they had a rough upbringing. Imagine finally getting out of that shit and getting popped for moving coke for Puff.
Now, when I saw that, what's the white kid, Paul? What's his name?
Oh, his drug mule.
Who used to play for...
Who was a shooter at Syracuse. That boy could play.
Yeah, that practice footage, he was balling. He should have got more minutes.
When I saw him in his mugshot.
Yeah, they took down the white boy.
I said, "Oh, this is he's giving it up in the back of the cop car."
See, I find that offensive and racist.
Fine, like I said, he's giving it up.
Why do you
back.
think he's giving it up?
Oh, that face! I know that face.
He looked a little scared.
That
I don't know. We stand 10 toes in Syracuse.
I was gonna say too. You have to think.
I know a bunch of rats in Syracuse.
You don't know
We stand
nobody.
10
I know a
toes.
bunch of rats in the Bronx.
That's
too.
a fact. I know facts. I'm not. There's rats everywhere. Let's be clear. That white nigga is giving up. Paul, what's his name? Brendan Paul, what's his name?
Paul.
Yeah, he has 2 first names. Brendan
Oh
Paul.
man, 2 first names. You know, Brendan.
yeah.
Brendan Paul ain't standing 10 toes. He in there talking about call my mom. It wasn't me.
That's my bag.
Yeah, definitely Julian's bag.
Yeah.
Call my mom. It wasn't me.
I'll make the joke.
Puff asked me to do it for him. Like
I don't know, man. Sometimes
I just wanted to be cool. I wanted to be around the culture.
Sometimes I feel like those
Oh,
type
he's from
of guys.
Seattle too. Oh, he's from Ohio.
Oh
Oh,
God,
this
he might
white
be
boy. Come
Ohio
on.
might hold it down.
Brendan Paul's not holding anything down. I can tell you that
How
right
the
now.
fuck?
I
I
Oh
would
my
like
God, he
to
went
know.
to Brewster Academy in New Hampshire. This guy is singing. He sang before they got there.
Okay, hear me out just quickly.
He's how Homeland Security got the info.
He opened the door.
Sometimes these guys that are not part of that world and get into it late are the guys that actually hold it down because they think this facade you have to not snitch.
Nah, he's cooked.
It's the people that have been in the game for 20 years that give it up in 2 fucking seconds.
Because they know
This guy thinks he's living in a movie
I think he
and
averaged,
he's in Miami giving Puff coke. He probably is sitting there like, nah, I gotta hold it down for Puff.
he averaged 0.1 points per game in
Yeah.
his college career.
Yeah, for Skip Bayless numbers.
He's snitching.
He's snitching.
He has nothing to lose.
Took 5 shots
He does-
over the course of his college career.
He does-
He
doesn't
was
give-
balling in practice though. That footage on Twitter,
You talking about practice?
I'm talking about practice.
I
Come on,
want to
practice.
know how he got from SU basketball team into the position of being
Oh,
Diddy's coke.
Oh,
two
you gotta-
people have that doc by
Yeah.
next Wednesday.
Okay,
we'll
so
know
now-
everything about this kid.
So now let's put on our tinfoil hats.
And you got to keep a white boy close for the drugs. Like, if anybody's going to get jammed up with the drugs, Brendan Paul.
You know
He's
who else?
good.
You know who else keeps a white boy close? Homeland Security.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this white boy? Why was he allowed to just come into Puff's crib and start supplying drugs and pills and shit like
That's
that?
probably Puff's type.
Who is he?
Okay, but do you think he'll really? How much coke do you really think he was caught with? 1, 2, they really have actual evidence of. He may end up getting like a fucking misdemeanor where he wouldn't even need to snitch.
I'm not. No. If you
When they
think-
say drug mule, he was on a plane with a little bit of coke in his pocket, and they got him.
but you don't know how much
They've gotten more from TSA, and people haven't done time.
right. But you're over how much time though?
I don't think they were. I don't think this guy was supplying bricks. I just don't.
He don't have to be supplying bricks. I'm just saying, over how much time do you think? Okay, put an 8-ball in your bag right now and fly
No.
from JFK to LAX. And see what happens.
No.
I mean, nothing really happens, honestly.
Yeah, nothing really happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They don't
Okay,
really be
that's what's
checking
up.
for A-balls like that.
that's what's up. No, but get caught with it. I'm not saying they checking for it.
Oh, get caught? Oh,
Get
that's a
caught
different
with it.
story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get caught with it and see what happens. Let's just see what happens.
Because again, even like the formidable news spots just get little bits of police reports, and that is a fact, but then they run with it in the title. We don't know if this guy was Diddy's drug mule.
This is crazy.
He may have been around Puff and just got caught with some coke.
He started making beats during the pandemic, according to a Facebook post in 2020. And he eventually began, he started producing for the Love album.
Now I
keep
understand why
telling
that
people-
album was so good.
I
This
keep
guy's
telling
probably
people,
great.
I don't need. Who is that Little Rod dude? I've never heard of him before this.
I hadn't either. He
What
did
does
a
he
lot of
produce?
records on the Love album, though.
Before that,
I don't know.
these niggas is agents, man. Let's just go ahead and say it. These niggas is agents, bro.
That
These
produced,
niggas have
they
been
not
placed-
produced?
That's what they said about Tekashi, that the
These
FBI taught him how to rap and
These
shit.
niggas have been placed around Puff.
Taught him how to rap.
That's a real conspiracy. That is a new strategy.
I don't think this
That's
is
been a strategy for a long time, that they are taking musically inclined people and placing them. That's the real industry plan.
So when I say the culture is
Damn,
under
that's
attack,
fire.
this is what I'm talking about. Who is these niggas? Who is Little Rod? Who is Brendan Paul? All of a sudden, these niggas got so close to Puff where they start supplying drugs and chicks and video and recording every. Who are these niggas? Where did they come from?
Even this is a little far-fetched for my tinfoil hat shit. Like, I don't think they scooped up Brendan Paul as not even a 6th man off the Syracuse bench and was like, do you want to join the FBI or the CIA? I just don't think it went that way. I think there is a world where that happens in other places.
Bro, let me
These
tell you
CIA
something.
agents can speak a million different languages. They're fucking doing tricks with their guns, backflips, jumping out of planes. I think they can learn how to play the keyboard pretty fucking good. So I think there is a world where agents, yes, have great music taste and know how to pick a sample. I just don't know if Brendan Paul is the one. Maybe Lil Rod.
Bro, let me tell you something.
hating.
Let me tell you something, bro.
I think he was talented. I just don't think he was. I don't think the
you
CIA
hating.
was like looking at his game film and was like, "That's our guy to get Puff."
Bro, let me tell you something. We over the next few weeks, we're gonna learn a lot of shit that we didn't think was possible.
Listen,
And we're gonna be sitting here like, holy shit. And that's what I'm trying to say when I mean the culture looks like it's under attack. This is one of our kings. And this is how they did him. And this is the tactical team that they sent into his houses and put his kids in handcuffs.
And if
Well-
he's guilty of all the things that they say that he's guilty
put
of,
him
he
under the
deserves
fucking
it.
jail.
Yeah.
He's not under attack.
If
Not my
he's
king.
if Puff sexually abused or is guilty of any of these illegal crimes that they're placing on him, I'm not here to cape for him. Dude, you gotta wear that. You gotta take that. But that's if he's guilty of any of these things that he's being alleged of.
But we also
let's-
had this conversation. Even if this doesn't happen, when you're talking about the culture being an attack and these stains and all, even if this doesn't happen and only the Cassie case happens, is that or is that not enough?
it's enough. You know,
Oh no,
look where we stood on that.
we only
It's still
spoke on
enough.
that the way we did because he settled out. Had he not settled out, I don't, you know what I mean? And I know, they settling out is not an admission of guilt on some level it is, and some level it is just saying, okay, yeah, I'll take that, I'll take whatever. But all of those charges in that loss, that all of it was nasty. So if I'm guilty of one of those things, it's like, yo, that's insane. To have any of those allegations on your jacket. What I'm saying is this though, sending tactical teams in to Diddy's properties. We've never seen a tactical team run down on the Playboy Mansion, and I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'm positive over
Different
however
time.
many years that Playboy Mansion has been there's been underage girls having sex, and there's been a lot of drugs being used.
I think
Neil Brennan called
the
it,
Playboy mention. Sorry,
Jeffrey
Rory.
Epstein's island with a grotto. It's
I'm more than positive.
I think if it was still
safe to
open,
assume.
I think if it was still open today, I feel like the times is what have changed.
Yeah.
Are what have changed. Like all of these things are now being looked at because we live in a new world under its light where it's like, yeah, not only are these things illegal, they've always been illegal. They're also wrong.
Mhm.
So I feel like Diddy has probably been, if he's guilty of these things, he's been doing these things for years, but now this is coming to light. I think if the Playboy Mansion was still up and running, I think that the same thing would probably happen.
To the Cassie point, where Diddy could really be fucked, I don't think NDAs qualify with criminal court. If I settle out with you in a civil lawsuit and I sign an NDA not to discuss it, I don't think that NDA is valid in a courtroom.
Another thing that people didn't pay attention to.
She was talking about him shooting people. Like, it was crazy.
Another thing that people aren't paying attention to in this whole thing is his chief of staff just turned witness.
Yeah.
She was named in a Little Rod suit.
And said she was going to be 10 toes.
And now
Who, Chris, right?
Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is Puff's chief of staff, which means everything runs through her.
She's singing.
His Ghislaine.
You just
Everything runs through her.
never get it right.
So we can make memes and jokes and all that shit. We gonna start seeing and hearing some shit in the next couple weeks
He's fried.
that is
He's-
gonna
Say
really
what it is.
fuck
Yeah.
us up in how we feel and how it's gonna test. I'm telling you, everybody. I know a lot of people that are on the internet now and have these blogs, these platforms. They're not old enough to really know the impact that Puff had on the culture. A lot of these guys, 25, 26, 27, like Puff has not dominated music in a long time. I'm talking about from the 90s and seeing what he did and what he built and how he came up to where he is today. I saw that. I watched that. This is somebody that we've always held as, yo, Puff is that nigga. To see him now in this part of his life going through this, bro, this is disappointing. This is sad. This is a tragedy. This is really some shit that we only thought that we would see in a movie. This is movie shit. This is the end of the movie where it all comes falling down, and we find out that the uncle that we thought was the most stand-up, honest, loving, caring, supportive person
Did we think
is
that
not
Puff?
that.
Who thought about, like, am I tripping? I know I didn't.
Well, over the
grow up,
last couple of years, it's I'm talking about from the beginning.
but like in the slice of music industry experience that I've had, I haven't heard anything good about him. And I haven't been in this shit forever. I'm only like 6 years or so in, but like it's just this doesn't surprise me.
Well, that's what you just said. You've been in it 6-7 years. I'm talking about going way back further than that.
I know, but my point is like then I would assume the nasty stuff was going way earlier.
We've heard artists had their gripes with him, not getting their publishing and getting paid, things like that. A lot of people write that off to you signed that contract.
And he became friends with most of them afterwards.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of that shit we had to dismiss because it's like, okay, these same artists that felt that way, a lot of them is cool with him now. A lot of them have even done business with him again. You understand what I'm saying? So those type of things was like, that's business. That's their thing. You signed that contract. You got to stand behind whatever you sign. Yes, a lot of these artists were young. They didn't really know how to read a contract. So you could say they were taken advantage of. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, they signed that contract. And if all Puff was doing was going by what was in those contracts, yeah, it's still fucked up. They didn't know, but they signed the contract. I'm talking about all of these things that came out in the last few years, testing Puff's character as far as sexual abuse and things like that. These things are something that we never saw happen and coming up.
It's just crazy to like the arrogance you have to have of having the same practices in the new era. Like Cosby might have been the only one that didn't get out scot-free from back in the day because things were just accepted. They were completely fucking wrong for sure. It's not an excuse. I'm not saying it was the times. It just people turned a blind eye to a lot of it. We even hear stories now. Quincy Jones tells crazy stories about that time. Puff was taking shit that he was getting away with in the 90s to 2020. Like the type of arrogance you have to have going into that. So yeah, do I think there's probably some Homeland Security plant or agents that were sent to Puff? But you are the most vulnerable target when you're already doing crimes. They don't need to plant too much here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's where we have to find a middle ground with the conspiracy shit. Yeah, do I think he was probably a target? Sure. He has a lot of influence. He represents an entire culture. And from what we've seen publicly, on the business side, he's been a great one.
Mm-hmm.
You're also committing crimes. You're so easy to plant an agent. Like, how much conspiracy do we really need here?
Not even mentioning, like, a lot of people were bringing up, back to Carisha, a lot of people were bringing up things that she would tweet and things that her and Diddy would say. She's admitting, this is not my man. He pays me every month. He's also peeing on me. You're admitting to being an escort. Y'all are talking about like prostitution.
Oh no,
she's tricking. She's on music and on interviews. Like y'all are talking about this.
She's on platforms saying that she's a whore.
Oh, she's the realest rapper. She lives her rhymes more than any rapper we've ever seen.
Yeah, like she said straight up, "I'm a whore."
That's hard.
She said that out of her mouth. Mm-hmm. So okay, cool. She's wearing it. She knows what she is. She's wearing that.
But what I'm saying is it's illegal. Y'all are That's why when you say conspiracy and plants and all this, it's like the arrogance Rory spoke to. Y'all are bragging about.
To me, with a high-paid lawyer, that's a very easy one. That was crazier in the paperwork just because it said Young Miami name and 50 Cent's baby mother's name. It's very easy to clean up giving a woman a stipend per month, especially if it's a consistent amount. Like
if I'm dating her. This is my girlfriend.
She could be a creative consultant. She's an artist. Yeah. She's showing me the new way.
My muse.
Like that's easy to clean up. We know for a fact.
My Mona Lisa.
It was straight up prostitution.
But not when you're
very easy with a lawyer to just clean that up.
But they're saying if I'm not mistaken, in the paperwork that she was in charge of recruiting other girls. That's where
she's a job recruiter.
Yeah.
She's a job creator.
LinkedIn.
She is Diddy's LinkedIn.
She went to Job Corps.
She's recruiting other toilet seats.
Yeah.
So a prostitution ring, when it is all consensual, is there even like much jail time there though? If I'm hiring a bunch of sex workers that all, if they get caught, we'll be like, yeah, it was consensual. I'll take the plea for being a prostitute. You see the bank records, whatever. Like, can you get that much time for that?
It's not even about the jail time for me. This is about reputation, legacy. This is bigger than jail time. This is Puff's legacy. This is his reputation. If he does 20 months in prison, he can never come back and be welcomed into the culture the way he was.
I don't think he'll be welcomed back. Well, he shouldn't be welcomed back.
High view of the culture and what they accept back in.
This is not. This is. If
It depends what comes out.
This is what I'm saying. If any of this shit sticks, any of these allegations, and they, investigate and find that yes, they have charges to bring Diddy on, and he ends up going to prison, he can't come back from this. It's over. But now Puff is in his 50s, whatever. Like he can go somewhere and just live out his life and just be the old guy that's just at one point was a mogul and. He's still gonna have a lot of money. He sold all his shares.
He's still at the point where he can sail off into the sunset.
Oh no, he's not gonna be. We're not gonna see him panhandling. No, he won't. It's not gonna go there. He just sold his shares of Revolt, made a nice piece of change from that,
and the liquor company.
Diageo paid him almost $1 billion in their relationship.
This is what I'm saying.
He's good,
60 million a year for 16 years now.
Something like that. Yeah.
I mean, it's not about the money. Again, this is about his legacy, which, depending on who you're talking to, is more important than your money. It's your legacy. It's your reputation. It's, it's how people view you. And I think that this is what Puff stands and is losing at the moment. He's losing his legacy is being ruined. It's being tarnished. It'll never be looked at the same. But again, it's just an investigation. He's not under arrest yet. Homeland Security is investigating. They went through his house. Whatever they were looking for, I'm assuming they found it. They have it. They have possession of it. Whether it's videos of some high-powered people having sex, whatever it is, TMZ will have it soon because them motherfuckers get everything.
Maul, how do you feel about, we're looking also at a change in history, more history is being made as our hip-hop vernacular has now shifted. It used to be no homo, and then it was pause. And now it's no Diddy.
That's not going to last past this.
Do you feel like you guys are losing your staying power?
No, that's not.
Because you could, pause was your shit.
That's just a moment.
I'm all in on no Diddy.
Of course you are, but that's
pause has outlasted Me Too, the entire gay rights movement.
Yeah, Me Too. No, you don't just say no Me Too.
People that are homos say no homo in pause at this point.
Yeah, no, that's not. This is just very momentary. That's not.
No Diddy is fun.
It's just.
I will never.
It reminds me too much of No Diggity.
That's.
I can't get into it. It just reminds me too much of that.
Diggity. They're calling him the Diddler.
The Diddler was. Funny.
I mean, there's been some great.
Oh no, social media has been having
Diddy do it
field day with this type of shit.
And I'm not here to complain. Like it is weird that we take absolutely nothing seriously on social media, but I enjoy it. Like these are crazy crimes and we're just making memes, but I'm here to laugh at them.
Well, people make memes in crazy times. I understand it. I get it.
If 50's still making memes while his baby mother is involved in the case, then I think we're all safe.
50 100% knew that girl was a sex worker.
I was going to ask you, do you think he found out with the rest of us with that paperwork?
No, he found out, which is why he's probably been going at Puff as hard as he's been going.
Yeah.
But he didn't find out last night.
I love 50.
Because it did take a weird turn a few years ago.
No.
Like they always had back and forth funny jabs, but you could tell they were always still cool.
Yeah.
They were competing in the liquor shit. Then it did take a strange fucking turn. Like,
yeah, it comes across as like, yo, what's up, man? Like, cause you be on it. Soon as anything come out about this dude, it's on your page, it's in your captions, like what's up, bro? And then now that this comes out, it's like, oh, okay.
But all right, if I'm 50, I would be upset, not for like emotional reasons per se, but like at that point, you're doing sex work for the sport. Like, I'm sure my child support covers your overhead, ma'am.
Well, Rory,
like,
I don't
to
know
have to go be a sex worker.
You've ever heard of the term "you can't turn a hoe into a housewife"?
Fair. No, I get that. I'm not saying he should.
That's real.
I'm not saying he should have wifed her, but the point is to get money, right? I'm sure 50 was giving her enough money where she didn't need to go be a sex worker.
So did Ginger in Casino.
That's true, yeah. For the sport, that's what I'm saying.
Can't turn a hoe into a housewife.
She's really into the lifestyle.
People are who they are, and you got to let them be who they are. It is what it is. And if it's a consenting adult, it's a grown woman, and that's the life she wants to live, and that's what she wants to do. Then hey, that's on her to wear. You know what I mean? But yeah, either way, I guess we got to just wait and see what else comes out of this. But again, I'm just on the side of I think charges are coming.
Yeah.
I think Puff will be placed under arrest. It's all about what comes out in the wash. What are we going to learn?
Do you think any of the other big fish will go down, or will this all fall on Diddy?
I mean, they have the power to make it all fall on Diddy.
Yeah.
Because again, we've seen tactical teams go in his house and raid and take shit. What did they take?
Yeah, it all falls on the evidence and what they're trying to either cover up or get out there.
Yeah, like what did they take?
I
What
see
did they?
both scenarios.
They
Puff is the
said it was
downfall or Puff
laptops,
walks.
They were looking for laptops, phones, cameras.
And I
Puff
think
has
and I
all
think
that
they
footage.
found all of that.
Oh, for sure.
I think they found all of that. I think they've gotten into the cloud and deleted all of that shit. Oh yeah, this is high level shit. We're not talking about a nigga that just got caught at a traffic stop with a gun in his car. No, this is high level. These is motherfuckers that have the ability to delete your social security number. You never even roamed this earth as far as they're concerned. This is that level. So,
Damaris, if Young Miami offered you pink cocaine at a party in Miami, would you partake?
Probably.
Yeah, I probably would too.
Yeah. If Young Miami offered me anything, I would probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fuck the vibe up.
Yeah.
see, that's
And
why
if
Have you looked at Young Miami? Like,
And if
have
you
seen
said no, they'd make you do it anyway.
True. I didn't.
So you don't really have a
somewhere.
choice for the matter. You might as well pretend you have willpower.
Yeah. I'd file paperwork under Lil Rory instead.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I constantly think with my schedule what I could do with extra hours instead of trying to utilize the hours I have for myself. I always make everything else a priority. I make work a priority. I make family a priority. I make my friends a priority, which is great, but everything suffers if I don't put myself first and work through everything. The best way I've found to do that, especially with a hectic schedule, is therapy. And therapy, especially with BetterHelp, is great because it's online. It can go with my schedule. I can pick a therapist online. I don't have to go to an actual location. I can switch my therapist if I want to. Julian, I think you need therapy. So if you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/RoryMall today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/RoryMall.
Outside of that, it's been a crazy fucking week in hip hop.
You think?
This has been a wild, 10 days? Not even?
not even like a week.
Like
Like a
8 days, maybe. Yeah, a week.
Yeah.
So a week ago today at midnight,
At the stroke of midnight.
these-
Come on, tell the story. Make it like suspenseful, Rory. God
Like
damn,
one of
we
my
got a podcast.
captions.
Yeah, Rel, lower these lights in this motherfucker. Let's really make this a moment.
midnight did not stroke me.
Oh.
It was just midnight.
No, but the clock struck midnight, right?
But I have
How you
I have a
made it
digital
sexual?
clock though, so like
It never struck.
it just changed.
It just
Yeah, nothing
I miss when the clock used to strike.
when it used to
Yeah.
like go off at midnight or
and do the little
noon or
sound.
whatever.
No, because I was in high school. I'm showing my age again. When I was in high school, we had like
Sundials.
clocks like that. Well, sundials too.
Yeah,
but like,
so did I.
you had digital clocks.
No, we didn't.
You had regular clocks.
No, we had regular
No, we
clocks.
had regular
That's
clocks.
cool.
Word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even in
Just
college,
digital.
we had regular clocks.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought y'all had digital clocks.
Well, just because they didn't update those rooms, but nobody used them.
Yeah, I mean, we even had like chalkboards. Only some rooms had the cool marker boards.
yeah.
That was when things really got crazy.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, when the clock struck midnight,
Yeah.
the future Metro Boomin album, We Don't Fucking Trust You, you bitch ass rappers, dropped.
Thought you about to say something else.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird that you would think that.
No, when he was home alone, he
you
got
said
that
it in your
off.
mind. Yeah.
We don't trust you, bitch ass niggas.
That's what I said at my
yeah,
home.
yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. I yelled that at my girl and my baby.
Yeah.
Metro dropped. Just grabbed Amara and screamed the N-word in her face.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
One
do
drop
we
rule.
even need to give the full history of this? Like, at this point, it's a week old. Everyone knows Kendrick dissed Cole and Drake on the Metro and Future album.
Yeah.
Since last Thursday,
Yeah.
things have gotten even more interesting.
Yeah.
Nav unfollowed Drake.
Ooh.
Most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that Ross unfollowed Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Also was playing the Like That Kendrick diss in his car.
Ross is my nigga. I love him. One of my favorites, but that was corny. Go ahead.
We'll get to that.
Mhm.
Everyone did deep dives into other lyrics on the Future and Metro album. The intro in particular was saying Future was shooting at Drake over some girl, just some other sex worker in Miami. Does that mean? Should I not put that on her?
Yo, why are you guys Yeah, I'm saying you guys. Why do you guys let whores fuck up your whole thing? You guys are damn near pushing 40. You're almost billionaires. You're letting the fucking whore fuck your whole shit up.
Are you saying that
Why
to
do you
them or to
call her a
us?
whore and you don't know if she's a whore?
Hey, sex worker woman, same thing. Whatever.
She's a stripper. She was a stripper.
That's
I'm not
sex-
calling
that's
her a
Come on.
That's sex
But
work.
yeah, sex work was fine. I didn't call her a
It could
whore.
just any woman. It could be Oprah. Like, why are you letting a woman come
Because
between
it's
your
about the
fucking
principle.
It's never about the principle.
No, it's not.
And it's not, a woman is not the reason why this is happening.
Yeah, but
This is not-
I think it's a part of it.
It's a big part for Future and Drake.
Let's look at Future and Drake's lyrics. I can easily see a woman dividing those two.
This is not about a woman in between Future and Drake.
Are you going to share with us what you think it's about?
Allegedly.
I just think it's literally, it goes back to Drake and Metro. Their beef, their issue with each other. I think that
Over a
Metro-
woman, no?
No, it's not over a woman.
Oh.
I think that Future and Metro, obviously, they're family at this point. That's his guy. And I just think that a line is drawn and Future is clear on what side he's on.
And
I do think the album with 21 Savage plays a big part in here somewhere too.
so. That was
I'm not sure where.
the conspiracy I saw on the internet. So it's fake, like absolutely facts. Was there's some beef between Future and 21's camps, and there was some type of incident between two guys where a murder happened, and Future may have felt a way that Drake then went and did an actual album with 21 Savage.
Well, 21 and Metro are still very, very close.
Yes, but apparently that was what the internet was saying.
Oh,
Was the nail in the coffin? I don't fucking know. I'm not
I
from
don't know
Atlanta.
about that.
Either way, Damaris, you were saying.
I was just saying, is there any way that, do you have any idea what it could possibly be about outside of the
I just think this is I do think a lot of some of it is personal. I don't think it's a woman, and I highly doubt it's a woman that is in between Drake and Future. I don't think that they would allow that to happen.
I will argue
highly
the other
doubt
side of that.
These women have too many women for that to be the issue. But I think that this is just one of those situations where, the top, the guy that has been on top for as long as he's been on top. This is people testing it. This is people saying, "Yo, I think you're good, but I don't think you're that good."
Okay, I can see that with, say, Kendrick. Of course, they've been sending subs at each other back and forth, but I can definitely see Kendrick saying, all right, we're this far into our careers. Let's see who's the best for real.
Mhm.
Let's not have any more debate. I think that's healthy competition. With the relationship we know Drake had with Future and has had with Ross, I'd like to know why everyone is now taking Metro's side. Something had to have happened.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way Ross, who they were supposed to do a joint project with, have collaborated for 15 years. Probably my two favorite collaborators in the last 15 years.
Mhm.
When they do records together, it's undeniable.
Yeah.
With no bit of information, Ross all of a sudden is vibing to Kendrick Lamar like that in his car.
Mm-hmm.
And Drake is inviting his ex-girlfriend to the show. And yeah, I want to know what Drake did. Why is everyone now forming against him?
I think this is, again, this just feels like it's a elbow room. Like, yo, I need that spot, though. You had that shit long enough. Like,
But-
fuck out of here. Like, I don't think you that dope. I don't think you that tough. I don't think you that. I think it's a lot
Ross
of that
would do
going
that
on.
now. Ross is admittedly in more towards the end of his music career. He's clearly said he's moving on to other ventures.
Mhm.
Music is not his main focus.
The farm.
I can't see Ross now being like, I'm not going to be friends with somebody I've collaborated with for years for competition reasons.
Oh no, I'm not saying that for Ross. I'm saying as far as just like the whole Future.
No, I think it's something extremely personal. I think the woman that people are talking about has something to do with a long list of other shit.
Well, she
I think when things were a little questionable in their relationship as friends, somebody went and fucked somebody. It would have been cool if y'all was friends, but now it looks like you went and fucked that girl.
Well, I'm not. Listen, I
to
don't
get
know that
back
girl.
at me about something.
I don't know that girl, but she did, go on her IG live and she spoke and she said, "This has
Whole bunch of
nothing.
nothing.
This has nothing to do with me." Like, so like she has a boyfriend, and
Doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, could possibly not match.
I mean,
I just don't think that this is about a woman.
The two of them gave at least a hint in some regard on the lyrics about, it's the same shit with the pillow talking. You're talking crazy about my name with this girl that we're both sleeping with. It's all that shit. It's petty.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
But I don't see that. I mean, all of these dudes pillow talk.
I think all this shit is wrestling.
You think it's fake?
all.
It's fake.
I think a lot of this shit is a show.
I will say the Kendrick thing. The
And
Kendrick
I can
thing.
confirm that I can't. I know it is. I can't get too far into it, but I know it is.
I think there is a lot of.
Sucks. I can't.
I think there's a lot of wrestling between Kendrick and Cole. I think they probably have an amazing relationship and are super cool. And this is a sport thing for them.
Yes.
I think there is a bit of animosity between Drake and Kendrick that's not all friendly competition. I think the Future, Ross, Metro Drake thing is all fucking personal, and there's some real shit behind the scenes between them.
Mm.
I think it's a mixed bag. And I think it's interesting
I can see
timing too.
I think it's well, first let me say this because we spoke on the Twitter Spaces about
which is available on YouTube. 3 hours of content.
Which, by the way,
Get off our dick.
please listen to it because it is great. I didn't realize how much of our listeners were like part of TDE. There was
Bro.
people that have been like supporters that I've appreciated all the hours they've listened to this podcast in the comments. Like, listen, I love this podcast. I buy merch. I go to shows. But the fact that Rory likes Drake, I don't think I could ever listen to this podcast again.
what else? I mean, the weirdos out there.
I was
But
like, what the fuck?
I spoke to we talked about the record, and Drama asked me, did I think the record was gonna go? And I was like, nah, I don't think so. I think people are kind of move on quick from it. I quickly text Drama Sunday afternoon around 1:00 and was like, I was wrong. I apologize.
That shit is
That
everywhere.
record is hard.
It's
This record
so
is
good.
going to be every. But see, like I told Drama, I was caught up on just Kendrick's lyrics and what he was saying. I didn't allow myself to
Listen.
get into the groove of just the music.
Mhm.
Fuck what they saying on it. Just the music, the way it moves, the energy. And I was like, okay. I said, no, the music is there. And then I started listening to the cadence and the melody that Future had. And it's
Future
like,
got off on
it's
that.
like, oh no, this is, they gonna shake ass to
Is
this.
it giving back to back in the club?
It's giving back to back in the club.
Absolutely is.
Yeah, I caught myself shaking ass to it, like naturally, like not even knowing what I was listening to, and I was like, "Oh damn!"
It's gonna go. That record is gonna go. So I I apologize. I text Drama and he was like, "You're a good man." He said he was so surprised to hear me say that it wouldn't go. He was like, because that club was made. That record was made for the club. Fuck what
Especially the
Kendrick is
start of
saying
Kendrick
on
just
it.
hopped on.
Yeah, fuck what Kendrick is saying on it and who he's going at. The music,
The best
energy.
part of the song is not Kendrick's verse.
Yeah, no. Now what Kendrick did do to
really
it,
fucking well there.
what he added
Like
to
it's
it.
not going to fuck up the vibe at the club.
No.
Yeah, no, he added that performative energy. If you out, you can kind of get those lyrics because everybody think they got an op. Everybody in the club think they got.
And everyone can go, ah.
Yeah, exact. I ain't like that, but yeah, everybody can do that.
That was crazy.
But
That's when the DJ
And he had
turns the
reverb
mic.
on his voice, all right?
yeah. So the record is we're not gonna. I think that'll be one of the biggest songs of the summer.
It'd probably be Song of the Summer.
I still have Fisher up there with Cash Cobain as being song of the summer, but this is definitely contender.
I
for
heard
it.
Fisher out in Turks.
I know you did. You're gonna hear Fisher everywhere.
I was hanging with I sent you the video. I was hanging with Boz over the weekend, and we were at my apartment. Same 5 a.m. post night hang sesh, and he goes, "This is going to be the song of the summer," and it was that he fucking played that damn song.
I'm trying to tell you, man, it's just the energy, it's the vibe. But back to this Drake shit. So I was talking to somebody because we were trying to figure out like what is this? What's happening? What's going on? Why now? What's going on with this shit? And he gave me a very interesting story, which probably is applicable to situations I've been in, situations you've been in, Rory. I think we've all been in these type of situations. He said he was talking to this guy that is like a wolf trainer, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like he trains wolves or whatever.
So random. I'm sorry.
No, it's a real story. He
How does
said,
one like get into that?
Who are you talking to, Joe Rogan?
because we were trying to figure out what's going on, like what's happening with this shit, right? Like what's going on? Like this is the best of this generation getting ready to collide. Like this is that.
We're
Whether it's
making
just
a For All
sport-
the Dogs reference now with the Wolf Trainer? Did you speak to Kendrick Lamar? Is that the guy in this?
No,
story?
not that. So he said he was talking to a guy that trains wolves, and he was like, yeah, he was thinking about buying some property. So he asked him, he said, yo,
for his wolves?
what would I do? What would I do if I'm like in the woods on my property one night and I spot a wolf. Like I see a wolf. Like
Yeah.
what should I do? Like how can I make it out of that situation without being harmed? Like
Go inside.
Say you're Team Jacob.
so the dude, that's funny. The
Did you go,
dude said
Thank you.
he said well, if you happen to spot a wolf or lock eyes with a wolf at night, and you know, you probably can't see the body, but you can see the wolf's eyes, you know, the eyes illuminate in the darkness. He said, if you lock eyes with a wolf, he said, either you're experiencing one of the rarest occurrences and a wolf has veered off from his pack and is traveling at night by itself, which is something that rarely ever happens.
And Kendrick did just leave his pack.
Or you're only seeing the wolf that made himself want to be seen to you, and you're surrounded by 9 others and you just don't know where they're at.
Ooh.
Okay.
So I thought about that, and this was Friday or Saturday night? Friday night. And I'm like, damn, like that fits this, because now you got Kendrick jumped out there, right? Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But then now it's niggas is unfollowing Drake. We don't know what's happening. And
It's
this
the
guy
coup.
is on this album. It's like,
Everyone can now express the feelings that they've been trying to express for quite
it's
some
like,
time.
oh, you niggas have
Always
you
felt this
niggas
way.
have had me and your targets for a while now.
But he's had to have
Given
known that.
Denzel, you motherfucker.
But Drake's been rapping about that for the last 4 albums, that he's felt like this was happening.
Yeah.
And I
And he's
said,
probably right.
I said, damn, like that is so. One person jumped out there, and it's like, okay, before I make a move, I need to understand that I may be surrounded.
But look at the wolf that it took to make that move. The big dog.
Nigga, boom.
Now, what I take from that is, because this goes back to the conversation we had on Spaces about everybody wanting Drake to.
Is that supposed to be
respond.
Drake?
Drake is the elf.
Is the
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
That's Kendrick. No, that's Kendrick.
that's Ross.
That's Ross. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what Julian.
Well,
pulled up.
I just wanted to see wolves are pretty majestic if you're looking at them from afar.
That was pretty gay.
That was great.
So now we're here where all of these people are following Drake, posting videos, listening to the verse and this, that, and the third, whatever. So this speaks back to when I was saying, because everybody's like, nah, fuck that. Drake got to respond right now. I'm like, does he? Now, let's be clear. Kendrick got off on that verse. Still didn't say Drake's name.
Oh, please.
Oh, please.
Oh, just listen. Y'all could, please, but just listen. He didn't say his name.
Oh, come on, Maul.
Now, the difference in him and the Pusha thing was Pusha was coming for blood. He mentioned that man's family. He mentioned like Pusha went right at it. What Kendrick did was kind of sort of like, okay, big 3, you know, Mike, Prince outlived Mike Jack.
He had 7 dog entendres at the end of the
for all the dogs
Yeah,
getting
but
buried.
that's still.
If you say my album title,
Hold
you're
on.
talking to me.
Hold on, but is that still anywhere comparable to what Pusha did?
Okay, well, hold on. No.
Actually, this
And
is way worse.
Way
Let me
worse than
finish.
what Pusha did
No.
in his
Pusha
original
talking
diss.
about his kid, bro.
In the
his
first
original diss.
Infrared.
Infrared, all he said was it was written by Quentin. And then Drake jumped out the window, which is fine because Push had been shooting for a while. He said one, actually, which I think when it comes to Push's standard of rapping, was a very weak bar on Push's behalf. And then Drake jumped out the window with the Duppy shit, said he'd make it ring on him like Virginia Williams, said his wife's name, and then Push jumped out. This is weak compared to what Kendrick did.
I don't think
Drake,
so.
if Drake is replying to all this other shit, he's replying to tweets.
And
He
not only
has to
that,
reply to this.
and
This
not
is a
only
direct
that,
shot.
and not only that, the Pusha shit was more personal from the gate anyway.
Facts. I agree. I
Like
agree
the
there.
Kendrick shit, this is sport. This has
to
This is
this
just
has to do
sport.
with music.
Yeah, Kendrick, this is sport. The Pusha shit was personal. But now people want Drake to jump out there immediately. And it's like,
Yeah,
well, first of all, though,
we do.
first of all, he's on tour. Let's just start there. A nigga ain't going and writing a diss record and jumping in the booth while he's in the middle of the tour. That's not happening. When we got fucking Takeover, we didn't get Ether for 3 months. So
I
it's
think
like,
more than that. Might have been like 9 months.
so yeah, well, however long it was. It wasn't no right next 48 hours. We didn't get that.
Yeah, but it was a different time, Maul.
It ain't he's on tour.
It was a different time.
You want this nigga to jump into a battle while he's on tour? And then if he get his ass
He
lit up.
finished the album on tour.
But listen, the album is different. You know that.
It's harder.
When you got to get in battle
Diddy.
mode, Rory, that's harder. As a nigga that's a fucking megastar. To get
finish
into
a whole
battle mode, to go at somebody, it's a whole different, that's a whole different zone you gotta be in.
We're not gonna act like Drake don't got 50 Kendrick bars in the back of his
100%.
fucking brain because that's the way that Drake operates.
Yeah,
he
but
just figured out what
done.
order
all right,
to
so
put him
if you
in and
think,
what
all right,
beat.
so let's just play devil's advocate. If you're Drake, you got 50 Kendrick bars ready to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many Drake bars you think Kendrick got when Kendrick has had more time than you to sit down and he's not been on the road? Drake has did 2 tours in the last year and a half, 3.5 albums, however many albums in the last 2 years.
I think they both have 10 years of fucking distance.
I'm just saying, as of recently, Kendrick has not been as busy as Drake. Correct?
No, he has not.
So which means he would probably have more time to prep for a battle.
Sure. Oh,
They
and we
both
know
have
this was
news.
strategic.
So I'm telling you, I can understand why Drake isn't going to respond as fast as people want him to, because this is a whole different zone that he has to get into this is Kendrick Lamar we talking about.
Lama.
Anybody else that Drake has had words with and has gotten into it with, I don't think any of those dudes is on Kendrick level.
No.
So
Pusha's not.
So if you want to battle and you want it to go,
Good opponent though.
who?
Pusha's a
He's a
viable
formidable opponent.
And at the time, even
Does
though we want to rewrite history,
Does
Meek
Pusha
was
rap like Kendrick?
at that time
Like Kendrick, or
Does Pusha rap as good as Kendrick?
probably not. No,
Does
Probably
Meek
not,
rap
no.
as good as Kendrick?
no,
he
Has
tweets
Meek
like-
ever rapped as good as Kendrick?
no.
So is my statement correct in saying that this is the most deadliest
Yes, you are
rapper
right there.
opponent that Drake will ever stand in front of? Well, right now that he will stand in front of?
Yes, you're correct.
All right, then. So back to what I was saying.
Wait,
y'all
I didn't-
niggas,
I mean,
y'all
I'm
niggas,
not
y'all like to throw
disagreeing.
shit in there and make me sound like I'm
Talking shit,
stupid.
Mo.
Like
Wait, but
these
I'm not
niggas
disagreeing.
I'm not saying you disagreeing, but you was like, meh.
No, just to say out of nowhere, like he hasn't battled anyone that has
I said
any.
this would be his toughest opponent, is what I said.
Okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Like he had
So to prepare for
any tough opponents.
prepare for your toughest opponent, that takes a different type of preparation.
Sure.
You want this dude to prep for that while he is still on the road doing the tour?
I think two things can be true. I get Drake's perspective right now of taking time because knowing Kendrick, he already has a full plan down to the last fucking hour day of how he is going to go about this battle. He jumped out the window at the exact time he wanted to because he's prepared and ready to go. Drake has to look at that and be like, all right, I can't jump out the window right now because I know Kendrick is sitting with a clip ready to go.
Absolutely.
And he's been planning this for months.
Absolutely.
I'm just figuring out the same time everyone else did. I don't know if that's a full excuse though, just to throw that in. I think that's why Kendrick was so smart in the way he did it. I'm gonna do it while he's on tour. It'll put the pressure on him. He's replied quick to everybody. And then did the back-to-back shit. It's been fucking 7 days. Where y'all at? We know Drake to reply extremely quickly. I think he replied to Push within 6 hours. We know Drake to do that. He's gonna look crazy if he takes 3 months to do it. It's a good move by Kendrick.
I don't think so.
And as a fan, I don't think any of us care that he's on tour. Fans don't give a shit about the stuff you're talking about. You're talking about real facts.
Yeah, but the fans don't.
We know that Kendrick
But this is why-
Drake finally direct after they've been going back and forth for a decade.
But this is why.
Finally, he did it. So Drake, you've been shooting at Megan for the last year.
But
Now
this
you're
is
going to
why-
be quiet.
Wow.
But this is
Now
why.
you're going to be quiet?
This is why he is who he is and he's at where he's at, because he's very calculated.
Sure.
He moves when he wants to move. So if you're saying, okay, I'm going to battle one of the deadliest pins in hip hop
That's prepared.
that has been prepared for this, I didn't know this was coming. I didn't know he was going to do this right now. I'm on fucking tour with J. Cole and fucking Wayne. Like my focus is here. Now, what I will say is, Drake is going to respond.
Oh yeah.
What I thought would have been lovely or would have been crazy is if he had at his disposal Red Button right now. Because to me, Red Button right now drops, that's one size fits all. That's addressing all of these niggas. Y'all following me. You acting funny. This nigga acting funny now.
Mm-hmm.
Red Button that's applicable to whoever want to feel like it's about them. That's one size. I'm talking to all you niggas.
But that's good. That was good at the time.
No, I'm not saying
After
I'm not
direct
saying
shots, you got to come back.
I'm not saying that's worthy of a response. I'm just saying if he just had that to just drop, that was already recorded while I'm on the road, let me drop that. And then once this tour is done, I get into battle mode and go at Kendrick. I think that's a beautiful transition.
Before we get to Cole, I will ask if Drake does reply in, let's say, 3 months. And it's not like a direct shot the way Duppy Freestyle was, the way Back to Back was, and just gives us a song and there's 8 bars that have to do with Kendrick and says shit like your DNA isn't humble or just something that's just like, what, this isn't even worth it. Is that an L to Drake?
Yes.
If he only has 8 bars dedicated
if it's
to
a real,
Kendrick?
like if it's a song, just a song that he puts out and happens to shoot
Oh yeah, nah,
at Kendrick a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't see that happening. I understand what you're saying, but no. Yeah, if to your question, if that's the response, then that's a loss.
I agree.
He has to, and this is why what I'm saying is valid, because I'm telling, he has to turn into somebody else. This is not Drake songwriting ability, Drake pop megastar, Drake 17 billion streams. All my projects have over 1 billion. This is not this.
That shit don't matter at all.
All of that
in this arena at all.
That's why I'm saying he can't respond right now while he's on tour, because with this is a whole different, this Drake has to go into a whole different mindset. He has to become his energy has to change. He has to be a whole different person for this battle, because this is, we know Kendrick has 3 or 4 ready.
For sure.
So now Drake has to put himself in a position to where he has 4, 5, and 6 ready.
I agree. He can't just record one and put it out.
He can't do that. So, him being on the road and him being on,
can't play his hand too quick.
He can't do that right now.
I'm not mad that it's been 7 days and he hasn't replied. I want to make that very clear.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think we can go another 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're still waiting for Jesus to come back.
The tour's over April 5th.
2 weeks.
The last show, April 5th, I believe.
I have no idea.
I believe the last show is April 5th, I believe.
He was in Fort Lauderdale for like 2 shows with Wayne. I think maybe made one comment and then obviously put up that caption that was at everybody.
April 16th.
That felt, either at that point.
No, those are all canceled shows. Sorry, Rory. April 5th is the last show. These remaining ones are canceled dates.
April 5th is the last show. I say we probably get a response.
Oh, they're makeup dates, it looks like.
Okay.
April's when he's done.
So he's done mid-April. He's done with the tour.
He's had how many days off between Fort Lauderdale and Long Island? A week?
Yeah.
That's time. I'm not mad at him coming out after April 5th. I don't think that's an L at all. But it can't go past that.
It can't go past April 5th?
Why? We just said
earlier. His tour is over April 5th. What are you talking about?
He's got a whole week in between.
Bro, y'all not understanding what this is, bro. Y'all niggas just want to be entertained, and I get it.
Yeah.
But a nigga's not going to entertain y'all at the expense of him being fucking embarrassed in the battle.
Oh, for
He's
sure.
not doing that. So all you niggas calm your fucking lawns, because y'all only going to listen to the battle for 3 days.
Damn, OVO.
Then if he get his head smoked, y'all going to be like, oh, then he should have took his time then. Why he put it out?
Please.
Yeah.
Like, the fans are fucking crazy. Like, you mad at somebody for taking his time to tailor some shit for a battle, but then if he responds too quick and loses and says, damn, but I was on tour, you're gonna be like, well, you should have waited till you got off tour then.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Maul, in your opinion, we're not
Y'all
doing
are
3
fucking
fucking,
crazy.
I'm not giving you 3 fucking months, 7 months. In your opinion, what is a reasonable time frame for him to release this and it not take away from the value of the disc? What is a reasonable time frame?
As long as we get it by the summer.
The summer?
The summer.
Yeah.
You're giving him 4
June?
months.
From March 22nd.
I said, as long as we get it by the summer, by June, I'm cool.
So 3 months. Didn't I just say don't say 3 months?
Well, that's his timeline.
That's my timeline. Why I can't say 3 months? What's wrong with 3 months?
Okay.
Like I said,
to Maul's point, timeline or not, whenever the fuck Drake drops it, it's going to have the effect that, like, it doesn't matter when he
people
drops
just
it.
want to be, bro. People just want to be entertained.
You just want it
bro.
now because we're used to getting
Yes.
everything now.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And what I'm telling you is,
It's not Amazon.
This is
Let 'em
not. This
cook.
is not just for entertainment.
It's legacy. I understand.
This right here, this Drake Kendrick shit, this Cole Kendrick shit, this is not just for entertainment. Yes, it's going to be entertaining because these are the best of their time. These are the best of their generations. But this ain't just, these dudes ain't sitting in their respective corners thinking like, oh, this is just going to be fun.
This Cole also
Bro, niggas' legacies is on the line. Niggas,
I want to get to him.
where niggas is out on that ladder is on the line. It's a lot. This ain't just no, yo, throw a shot at me and I'm going to throw one back and then, throw one at me and I'm going to throw one back. This is like, no, nigga, I'm ready to take your head off.
The only thing in the strategic part, because again, I'm speaking from the fan perspective when I'm saying, so yeah, we want to be entertained. We want this quick. We live in an era where things happen back to back to back.
No pun.
The fact that this record may be Song of the Summer changes things. Because I think Drake could have a great strategy of not replying for a while to prove to everyone how much that Metro album and the Future Shots didn't mean shit. Fucking Ross playing that shit in his car. The Kendrick verse, like it came and went. Look, just like Control, it came and went. That could be a strategy. I don't think that's going to work when this song is not going to leave the charts. We're going to hear this everywhere. That's where I don't think Drake, from a strategy standpoint, can sit there and play the I'll reply when I want to game, when anytime we walk outside in any setting, all of us are listening to this song.
If the strippers are dancing to this, Drake gonna take his ass to the studio.
He had a point with Story of Adidon. Anytime that gets brought up, he's like, when was the last time you listened to it? Like that cop out, which is, he's right. We don't listen to that song, but it wasn't made for that. It was a reply and a battle. This is a joint that's this is Drake's strategy being used against him. That's where Meek looked insane. It was like, bro, back-to-back's not going anywhere. You have to reply now. That's what I'm saying, why he has to hurry up. He can't wait 3 months. This song is going to peak in the next 2 to 3 weeks and will not stop for the rest of the summer.
But you know what's, and this, like Julian just said, speaking to, because again, we got to look at all angles of this shit. If Drake drops a song, let's say he drops an EP right now, 6 songs. This removes all of this shit from, his shit becomes number one immediately. Like this Future album, I believe, debuted at number one this week.
Mm-hmm.
It did great numbers.
Thanks to this, the album is okay.
I'm just saying, no, I just said it did great numbers.
I don't think that is, but do we think, is it safe to say that it did great numbers because of that record?
It's very safe
Yeah,
because of that, because of that verse
first week.
Yeah.
So still somehow in a way, this shit is attached to Drake. That just speaks to his influence and his power.
Of course, but we ain't talking about influence and power. No, I don't think that's what Kendrick's talking about.
No, listen to what I'm saying though. Listen to what I'm saying. If he decides to go that route and speak to that, this is what I'm saying. All of this is just giving Drake the room to write and prepare for whatever, however he's coming back. Because even though you having the number one song and the number one album debuted at number one, that shit is still heavily attached to me.
He did that with Push and it didn't really work. He ended the Duppy freestyle with, we'll send you an invoice for selling another 20 for you or whatever. And then even tried to play the meme game again like he did with Meek and posted on his Instagram an invoice to Good Music, whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
That backfired pretty fucking quickly.
No, but this is the fuck all of that. I'm talking about this album is number one, debut number one. This song is number one right now.
I just don't.
This shit is heavily.
Even though that's a fact, you are correct. I just don't know how much weight that holds in a reply record of he's like, yo, I made your album go number one. Like, okay, yeah.
That holds weight. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but also
if it's rapped
correctly,
you mentioned me.
It's got to be rapped correctly.
But you got to understand, it's not a Kendrick. It's not Kendrick's album.
Is he replying to Future or is he replying to Kendrick?
He's replying
all of them. Metro.
Oh, y'all niggas following what I'm saying, my nigga. He's everybody that's acting funny right now.
Right,
everybody that's got some slick shit to say. He's going at all of these.
He's
niggas.
definitely gonna make a Thanos
Kendrick
reference. There's no way he's not gonna do the Thanos shit with all fucking 5 of them.
Bro,
like,
what do you think I said? What is he preparing for? It's not just Kendrick, bro. He's all of these niggas are showing their hand right now. Like, oh shit, you feel some type of way towards me too?
Okay, so you...
you too? Like, okay, y'all niggas like, okay.
Our conversation was specifically about responding and getting into a battle of words with Kendrick. Because I'm not giving you 3 months to reply to Future and fucking Rick Ross.
Yeah, but why y'all niggas
don't even care?
But why y'all niggas ain't saying he gotta respond, like that Cole gotta respond right now?
No, we were gonna get to him next. We were just trying to close the drink.
I'm not hearing Cole's name enough. I'm not hearing. It's not ringing off. You niggas is not ringing off. I didn't hear Jermaine's name one time.
I was just about to say, so what the fuck is J. Cole's excuse? He's not on tour.
I was just about to say.
Is Jermaine Cole's excuse? He's back in North Carolina.
Are you giving J? Are you giving J. Cole?
Pull up the list.
I said, how long are you giving J. Cole to respond? And Rory said, I'm gonna get to that and let you finish.
For the topics. Pull up the list for the topics.
Literally.
Oh, you're saying J. Cole's name's on here. Don't do that. Cole's name is on the list.
I just wanted to see where he was at. That's all. Just wanted to see where he was at. Because to me, that's the nigga that niggas need to be talking about.
How?
Yes and no. Yes
he
and no.
He should have had something out. If Drake needed to respond already, what the fuck Cole needed to do?
They've been passive aggressively going at each other for a whole decade, Kendrick and Drake. Cole just got caught up in that Big
'Cause
Three
he chose a
comp
side.
shit. I'm not saying the
but that's
clock isn't on the same
Cole's fault.
time
Cole
with him.
started that Big Three shit.
No, he didn't.
We started
Yeah,
the
the
big
fans
Fans started that.
Cole didn't start
Don't
that.
put
We
that
Well,
started
don't
it.
put me in the week because I never.
Yeah, you did.
I refer to them as the Big Three for
I did.
however many
Somebody
years.
pull the tapes
I always have.
of this podcast.
Pull
I
the
know them
tapes.
all.
I never.
You've been
I
saying Big Three since Rory's couch.
Wait, I started that Big Three shit.
No, nobody
No.
said the
Yeah.
fans.
Just the
started
fans
it.
in
Okay,
general.
so I said I was not one of the fans that started that shit. Y'all keep talking about pull the fucking tape. What tapes? I didn't start that shit.
Either way, we all referred, except for you, to them as the Big Three. And then Cole, who pays attention to the internet, put it in a verse. So it got solidified, and then Kendrick used it in a verse.
Man, listen.
I'm saying Cole needs to reply,
All right, so how much
but
time?
it's more
how much time
competition
Cole
than it
got
is.
to respond?
I just asked you that 14 times.
No,
How much
no.
time does Cole have?
He got to fill up the air in his tires on his bike or some shit first. I don't know. He's
And first
chilling.
of all, let's not
Cole
do that.
got to respond. He got to respond by
Cole
next week.
is going
Cole
to
just
respond.
got off tour.
I said Cole got to respond by next week.
Sure.
I agree.
Cole will respond.
Why Cole got to respond by next week? But
Because Drake is still on tour until the
He is-
middle
no.
of April.
He has
okay, but
Dreamville
you
Fest,
said
though.
he got from April to the summer. So why the fuck Drake get 3 months
Yeah, it
and
is
Cole
kinda
got to
crazy.
respond in 2 weeks?
Because Cole is only responding to Kendrick. Drake is responding to all of these niggas that are acting funny and picking a side, drawing the line in the sand, and obviously picking a side.
So the extra
No,
8 weeks.
he's on Drake's side, so he's against all of them too.
So the extra 8 weeks that you're giving Drake is
Split now.
not for the Kendrick, it's for Future in them.
Drake is he's responding to all
He's
these things.
responding to rap.
This ain't gonna be just for Kendrick. Kendrick is gonna be a part of it 1,000%. But it's gonna be other niggas that's it's like a bundle package. It's gonna be a lot of other niggas that's bundled into those records as well because it's gonna be more than one
Well,
record.
I think the
Kendrick
focus is
to have his
actually going to be
his
Future
whole
more than
verse.
anybody, to be honest.
You said what?
I think Future will be the focus of Drake's reply.
I think
The
that's a
same way
cop-out.
he was replying to Pusha, but only focused on Kanye. I think he's going to say a few words about Kendrick, some light shit, and then go in on.
Well, shit, his last fucking album was all about Future. He's been talking about Future. We just didn't know
it's
that their
way
relationship
messier
was
and more
so
entertaining
fractured.
though, because they fuck the same women. They're friends. Like
on what album was he talking about Future?
People been screenshotting old lyrics and shit. Like,
I
what
don't-
would
I don't
Pluto do?
subscribe.
Like, what would Pluto do?
I don't subscribe
The
to that
bonus
shit.
records and some of the records from the actual album are about Future.
But the fans.
But
are
we didn't
stupid.
know that relationship was this fractured. I think, and I spoke a lot this weekend about it. I think Drake's going to talk most about Future because the hip hop shit's hip hop. With Kendrick, it's for sport. It's the wrestling analogy. With Future, that was personal.
Yeah.
And I think Drake feels embarrassed because over the course of Drake's career, he's constantly put people in positions to win. He's constantly put people to take their career to the next level. He stuck his neck out there for Future, took him on this tour, they did the tape together, and now that seems to be gone. And I feel like Drake is tired of being used. He's historically been used by a lot of artists.
He's also
Some would
historically
say he
used
would
a lot of
historically-
artists.
I think it goes both ways, but he's always been position A. And I feel like he's tired of this fucking cyclical bullshit and he can't trust anybody.
This is just a product of you being too hot for too long and niggas wanting to see you fail.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's what I
of
feel.
course.
That's all this shit.
But also,
You've been
I
on
do think
top
some
for
personal shit
17 years almost.
Yeah.
You got 17 projects, all of them over 1 billion streams. Like these are somebody sitting in the studio like, man, that nigga ain't tough as me. He ain't from the streets like me. Niggas is talking like that. So they gonna feel a way about this nigga's success. I think now people are just starting to just show it.
Yeah, for sure. It's hate for sure.
I just think that the Future replied, I think Drake has the battle scars of trying to really rap on Duppy freestyle and then being beaten in that battle based off gossip. And I think he has plenty of gossip about Future Hendrix. He knows what works in this era now because he lost to gossip. I mean, Push still rap, don't get me wrong. Push is Push, but he lost to gossip.
Yeah,
And lost because he didn't reply. But he really tried to rap on Duppy, and I appreciate him for it. I don't think he's going to go that route now. I think he's going to go the messy route, and he's going to expose Future for millions of fucking things, and he's going to throw a few shots at Kendrick. Cole, on the other hand, I have no idea how he's going to approach this.
That's who I'm most interested to see respond because we've never seen Cole.
But the Cole and Kendrick thing is just for sport.
So is the Drake and Kendrick
what
thing.
line can you not cross if we're just doing this for sport? If that's my friend or at least my associate, and we've both agreed that this is just some back and forth fun for hip hop and for the culture, can I really give a good battle if I have to hold back? We all know both of them can rap really well.
Yeah.
And would I be mad if just both of them rapped more and rapped back and forth? Sure. But that's not really what dictates a rap battle. Now you guys are just rapping well.
But with Cole and Kendrick dragged Cole into it with that verse, but he really didn't say shit about Cole.
No.
He didn't. So like, I get it. He has to respond, but he really didn't do anything to Cole in that verse.
When it comes to
He
this
has to
whole
reply.
wrestling and for sport thing, yes, all of these people can go and can tell us, and they can tell their camps, and they can tell all these people, oh, it's just for sport. And behind the scenes, we're all really cool. But all of these niggas have egos, and they all really do think that they're the best. So there's no just like, oh,
But you could think
it's
you're the
just
best, but
for
if I got
sport.
17 billion streams, I am the best.
I don't know, man.
OVO Mall.
Cannabis
Taylor
rapped
Swift has
about
more
LL Cool
streams
J's
than
tattoo.
Beyonce. Is Taylor
and
Swift better than
a battle
Beyonce?
ensued.
It depends on who you ask. But if Taylor Swift walked in the room and said she's the greatest artist in the world right now,
I mean, she is.
you could frown at it. You could argue it if you want. It's going to be a tough argument.
There's two. Well, because now you're scoffing at either if you're focusing on analytics and then you're bringing in the emotional, personal
But
preference.
That's the difference
Right.
between hip hop and every other genre. It's hard to argue. We can all feel that Beyonce is the better artist than Taylor Swift. But when you get down to it, Mike versus Prince. People could say they like Prince more, but look what Mike did numbers wise. He's the biggest. Taylor right now, biggest artist in the world. Hip hop, even though we care about numbers, we still have this battle shit. There is no battle between Taylor and Beyonce aren't going to put records back and forth to each other. The accolade shit
That'd be cool.
disappears in a battle. That's why you get someone like a Pusha T to battle Drake, the biggest artist in the fucking world. Where most of the world is going, who exactly is Pusha T?
Yeah, but and to
Because
what you
they
just
don't
said,
understand that in hip hop, that shit does not matter. So I don't really care what anyone's accolades are in here. I just know that these three can rap really fucking well. And now it's time to prove it. Because one person said, it's just me.
No, but okay.
It's
but
not
it was,
the rest of y'all.
Right, he did say that. Fuck the big three, it's just big me. You're not bigger than that nigga you talking to, dog. You're not.
But he's rapping. See, I'm saying that's the difference between
Great.
hip hop.
No, great.
Taylor
But
Swift
let's
can
talk-
say that and be right, and there'll be no reply because
Fine.
that's not the culture.
That's great.
The culture, if a rapper says, I'm better than you, I'm bigger than you, it's just me, and he is 100% your peer and your opponent, yes, you have to reply.
I mean, in rap, you
Especially when you've already replied to people below you.
A rapper is supposed to say he's the best. Like you said, ego. It's ego in rap and hip hop. I'm the best. I'm the hottest nigga. Some niggas you respond to. And I think that's why Drake is going to respond to this, because Kendrick is undoubtedly one of those. But every nigga don't deserve a motherfucking response.
That's not what
Let's
I'm
just be
saying.
clear. I don't
I'm
give a
saying
fuck
a
who say they
formidable
hot. Some
opponent-
niggas you got to look at and be like, all right, if you feel like that. But me responding to you, Drake responding to Pusha did more for Pusha's career than anything Pusha's ever done. That's a fact.
No, that's not a fact.
That was the biggest stage Pusha ever been on.
Did more for his career?
Yes.
You don't think Grinding did more for his career?
Then get into a back and forth battle with the biggest artist, arguably the biggest artist in the
Oh
world.
no, I think it was great
A lunch
for
table
Pusha T,
classic.
but to take away his entire career with Pharrell,
I'm not taking away his career. I'm saying that was the biggest moment of his career. That battle, he had more eyes, ears on his music than ever in his life. That's a fact.
okay, but he doesn't
I'll give
get
you
there without
that.
the huge
Yeah.
moments. Like he doesn't do festivals now because he.
Yeah, you missing what I'm saying. Was that the biggest moment of Push's career? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Why the fuck y'all keep making me
Outside of
repeat
his own
myself
music?
over here,
Yes.
dog?
Maul, stop doing that.
All right, you know
I
what?
agree
My
with
bad.
you.
Why you keep making me repeat myself, dog?
Right.
My bad,
Right.
Julian. Why you keep making me?
Because I think you need to. I think you need to add more to that sentence.
No,
outside
I
of his
don't.
own music, yes.
That is. Was that the biggest moment of Pusha's career? Yes or no?
No, I think Grinding was the biggest
All right, cool.
moment of his career.
All right. Bet.
You don't even get that battle without Grinding.
I hear you. That's what's up.
Okay, but no. Okay, so
What are you
Mo,
talking
I
about?
That's
agree.
what's up.
This
Mo,
nigga had more
I
eyes and
agree.
ears and attention on his career and music. That moment, like you think? Let me ask y'all something. Y'all
Biggest
think-
moment as far as
hold on, hold on,
impressions?
hold on.
Okay.
Y'all niggas don't think that these
He
artists
probably had more eyes on him at the Louis Vuitton the live stream.
Okay.
Stop
Oh.
it. Y'all niggas don't think that. Y'all don't think that these artists sit in studios, offices, and think, damn, how can I get this nigga's attention? How can I get this
Oh, sure.
nigga?
Yeah,
How can I get him to say my name?
Yeah,
How can I get him
Push
to
did that
respond
for
to me?
years to try to get.
Niggas do it on every level. Niggas do it on podcasting.
Mhm.
Ooh, talk your shit.
Bitches do it when they doing lashes. My lashes is the best. Bitches do it when they selling bikinis on Instagram.
My candle smell like my pussy.
Like, this is what if the top dog acknowledges you, whether it be negative or positive. If the top dog acknowledges you,
That's a stat.
it's a fucking stat.
Okay, no, all right.
Yeah.
So would you say?
Especially when you won.
Okay,
Pusha
this is
won that.
where I think we're disconnected. You're saying
Wait. Maul thinks Pusha lost?
That's OVO Maul. He's
I'm just
lying.
saying,
Push
bro.
did not lose.
I just think Duppy is better than that.
I agree with you, but he
that
lost.
story.
But he lost. Yes, he lost.
I think Duppy's a better song than the story of Adidon. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but then Drake went and sat in a barber chair with LeBron, and that was his reply. That's a loss.
I wish I could have responded.
That's a loss to me.
Well, to me, that's on the consumer. You wanted the biggest artist to respond in the way that you wanted him to, but the biggest artist in the world don't respond the way you want him to. He responds the way they want to.
Oh, brother, see, that's an L to me. That's a big L.
That could be an L. I'm not saying it's not an
That's an
L.
L.
I'm just talking about the music that we got.
He said he was too mean, and I didn't want to play anymore because he got too mean.
He never said that.
Yes, he did.
He said he got mean?
Yeah, he said
he was too mean?
Maul, you know what we're
Did he
getting
say
at.
he was too
Stop
mean?
playing
yes, he said.
No, he did not,
said you
man.
talked about my friend's medical issues.
Did he
and
say
we
he
were
was
really upset, and it made me mad. So I was like, "This isn't a battle anymore."
Is that your OVO accent?
See, y'all niggas just be making shit up. I'm just talking about music.
No,
He said that.
He didn't make
I'm not saying, listen, I'm talking about music. I think Duppy Freestyle was a better song and better bars than the story of
Okay,
Adidon.
And
I'm
I agree
saying
with
he
you
lost.
there,
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm on record saying that.
Okay, cool.
But after someone replies and then you don't reply, but instead sit with LeBron in a barbershop that's not a barbershop, it's just a warehouse with barber
They're on a
chairs,
set in Hollywood.
and you say, "Hey, I couldn't do it because like he was talking about 40's medical condition, and like all of us were in the studio, like you just took it way too far, man. Like now what?" That's what he said. That's an L. You lost. It's okay.
He said,
Drake is still the GOAT.
he said what?
You took it too far, man. Like, no, this is what he said. Like, what if someone like really beats your ass? That's what he said.
He said that, yeah.
Drake really gonna beat Rory's ass.
I've been getting killed for taking his side, but I can be objective, unlike every other fan on the fucking internet. Drake is a GOAT. He lost to Pusha. Now back to the original conversation. Do you
According
think
to
somebody's biggest point in their career is when they have the most eyes on them or the most numbers?
One and the same.
Okay, so Jay-Z's biggest moment in his entire career is his New York song. That's what you're saying.
That's his first #1 record.
So that's the biggest moment in Jay-Z's career.
If that's his first #1, I'm not mad if somebody says that's his biggest moment.
Okay, then that's where our disconnect here is. Do I think Push had the most eyes on him ever with Story of Adidon? Yes. I don't think that's even remotely his biggest moment of his career.
What's comparatively? Just
You think
so we
Brian
close the loop
is-
on Jay.
I think Jay would say
Black Album?
Hard Knock Life was a way bigger moment in his career than the New York song with Alicia Keys.
Ooh, what about Selling Out the Garden in a Day? That was a big moment.
Sure. But if we're just going off numbers and eyes being on you, then I don't know what's Kanye's biggest song? The one with Lil Pump?
I don't know.
Because that's to me, I think that's his #1 song. Like,
I love it.
that's not the biggest. I just don't think eyes and numbers dictate the biggest moment in your career.
I mean, I guess it's all optics. It's how you look at it. I do think that helped Pusha in a major way, having that moment with Drake, with the biggest artist.
Sure. Oh, and I'm not
I think it
disagreeing
helped
there.
him in a major way. And I think that because we spoke about it when we spoke to Pusha inserted himself into that beef.
Yeah. He's admitted that.
That's not by coincidence.
No.
That is done purpose. Back to what I'm saying.
But he's from the school of I'm beefing with Wayne, you next to Wayne, everyone's getting shot. And then
Fine.
you end up being the biggest artist. I'm going to keep shooting.
I'm cool with that too. But I'm also cool with niggas sit around in these studios and these offices and definitely have meetings about how can I get the attention or response, or how can I have a moment with this art? Because to me, that's just as big as getting a fucking feature from Drake. And we know what that does for niggas' careers.
Oh, I think if Drake hopped on a Pusha record, it would not compare
To the
in the light gears compared to them beefing. I agree with you there.
So this
Without
is as close
question.
as we know he's never gonna get a feature from Drake.
No, of course not.
So this is as close as it's gonna get. All I'm saying is this is the music business. A lot of this shit is just business. Sometimes it gets personal. A lot of the times it's business. It's niggas is trying to figure out how can I elevate my brand? How can I get a different audience? How can I get in these rooms? How can I get on these stages? How can I get these verses? It's all business. Like we as the consumers and the fans like to sit back and think it's, oh nah, you know, fuck it, it's beef, it's lit, it's on. These niggas don't like it. These niggas be behind closed doors FaceTiming for hours after dissing each other on songs.
That's definitely a fact.
Sure.
This shit is business, man. This shit is wrestling. A lot of this shit is wrestling. Sometimes the chair you get hit with in the back of your head hurt. But a lot of the times, after a nigga hit you in the back of the head with the chair, you know what he do when y'all backstage? Damn, bro, I didn't know that was going to split your head open. My bad. This shit is all sport. A lot of it. Sometimes it's personal. I think this situation is very interesting.
Yeah.
Because there are personal relationships here.
It's a mixed bag.
A lot of these dudes have worked together. They've been on the road together. They know a lot of each other's secrets. These is when you get the best battles, when I know you for real on a personal level.
That's why I think that
You think Russell Wilson gonna catch a stray or not?
From Future?
No.
Oh, I think he's a
Drake.
big up from Drake. He might be in the video with Future's son.
I mean, you know.
That's sick.
Listen, man,
Probably, though.
it gets different when, you know, you just got to know your opponent. And which is why I'm saying it's going to take Drake longer to respond because he knows his opponents right now.
Drake going to make Adonis.
And not only that, like I said, it's niggas all over acting funny now. People that Drake probably was like, what the fuck I did to him?
Yo, Mal, Drake.
He was looking like Nav?
Nav unfollow me?
The fuck?
Yo, you know how crazy, if I'm Drake and I wake up from just tearing down the stage in Florida, me and Wayne, and I wake up and see that Nav unfollowed me? You know how crazy that is?
It's crazy that people.
Let me see if Drake is still, because Drake is a sick nigga. Is he still following Nav?
Nah, I don't know. I was gonna say I think Drake is so evil. He'll make Adonis and Future's son become best friends and put him in Adonis's next music video.
I could see that too. I'm so conflicted because I think it's sick that fans like look at artists following pages and shit.
Yeah.
And know when they unfollow.
Like, how do y'all know that? But also, it does mean
he's still following that. This nigga is sick, man. You know how crazy that gotta be? I'm the biggest artist in the world, and we know each other personally, and you don't follow me, and I'm still following you.
What about Rick Ross?
I'm still following Ross.
Okay.
Because I'm not, well, he's kind of like Rory. Rory don't unfollow nobody.
Because to me, it's like when that
Rory
happens,
follows
like
all the
that
house.
look, I'm gonna unfollow you because now you unfollowed. Like I'm not going through to find your name to unfollow.
You
I'm
can just
not-
search it.
Yeah, but if
They're
a
cool
nigga
guy.
dissed me and you in your
Go
car,
through
your
and find your
pretty
name.
car bumping that shit, nodding your head, and you unfollow me, oh yeah, you getting unfollowed, bro.
Nah.
That's just-
I might comment under the fucking video
Shit some heat.
and like all your photos.
Yeah, that's a serial killer way of doing things.
So who do y'all think is gonna have the better diss verse? The better response verse? Cole, or you think Cole gonna come on his, because I'm a Cole fan, y'all know I'm team Cole regardless. Y'all think Cole gonna come on his kumbaya shit and we all have a place in hip hop and we're the fucking Mount Rushmore?
I mean, I think it'll get to that, but the first few rounds is gonna be, oh no, this is war. Like nigga, I'm at your neck.
Like nigga, you could have came on tour if you asked nicely.
Because I think that's what it ultimately comes down to.
Yeah.
I think that
think
Kendrick just got
Kendrick
tired
thinks
of looking at these niggas hug on stage every night.
Kendrick in Uganda kicking a soccer ball in the dirt.
Yeah, like I think Kendrick was just like, man, fuck that. I'm breaking up this little happy moment. Fuck that.
fuck
It's
that,
lit, nigga.
I'm with you there. I don't think he wanted to be on that tour, but I know he was looking at his phone every night. Like,
Not saying that he wanted to be.
all right,
No,
man,
we just having
another
fun.
speech in
Yeah,
Tampa.
but like it's like yo, like
does Tampa really need to hear
like,
the history of
fuck
these
all
two
this,
again?
Fuck all this hugging shit. Y'all niggas is the big three and all. It's just like, nah, fuck all that, man. It's just me. I'm better. I'm better than both of y'all.
For doing that. Like, as much as I
Listen,
do want
I
to see
love
everyone come together, work together.
Oh, I think they
Sometimes
will.
let's break up this love fest for a second.
Let's
and see
keep it.
who's
Let's
better.
keep it sport. Like let me see where your blade is at. Let me see how you. Let me see, nigga, because you've been on top for a while, but I don't think you really lit like. I don't think you got it like that. I'm not mad at nobody doing that, but only if you're a formidable. Kendrick is one of those.
Yeah.
He has the right to feel that way. A lot of these other niggas that just got a couple projects that nobody. You can't say my name and think I'm gonna respond to you, dog. Like, cut it out.
I think Cole's just gonna be the worst because he doesn't have the free range to cross the line. So I think he's in a box that's just weird because I don't think he has any issue with Kendrick. Obviously, he doesn't have an issue with Drake. So he's just gonna have to rap really well
Kendrick got to say
and
names
show
too.
why he's really good.
Kendrick got to say
Drake-
these niggas' names, man.
Why does that matter so much, dude?
I
What?
think it's corny in a diss record when you say their name.
What?
If you make this shot,
Y'all too young, man. Y'all niggas don't understand what it was when Hit 'Em Up came on. To hear a rapper going at a nigga like that was like, to hear Beans and Kiss the way they went. You have to say a nigga's name. You have to.
I actually thought it was even better when Jay mispronounced Nas's name, knowing Nas's name. Called him Nas.
You have to.
Like, now I gotta fight you.
You have to say his name. You have to. Like, it's like, I get it. We know who he's talking to, all the dog references, and we know, we get it. Say that man's name, dog.
But I don't
Say Cole's
pushing
name. Call that nigga
Drake, they never say
Jermaine.
each other's names like that.
Call him Jermaine. Call Drake Aubrey. Go there with it.
I think Drake's reply is gonna surprise a lot of people.
No,
I
it's
think
not.
Drake is a very
No,
underrated
He's
rapper.
battling his own fucking.
But I think that Kendrick's second reply is gonna be
It's true
a
though.
little crazy.
Niggas know Drake is gonna put out a dope response and a dope song. Like,
Have you been on the internet? No, it's very much split where there's the OVO
Well,
stand,
Maul's timeline is all
and then
OVO.
everyone else that thinks Drake is overrated, not a rapper. I'm not one of those people. I think Drake is a very talented lyricist, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. I just think that second Kendrick reply might be a little fucking crazy,
it's
like very crazy.
that's just what happens when you just
When he
that
does,
big,
like, the
bro.
secondary voice.
People not gonna never. People hate you, and people hate you publicly, but in private they love you. Because like I said, at the end of the year, we look at everybody's top 10 wrap up. None of you niggas had Kendrick in there.
I have, but I always
In your
said
top 10? No, you didn't.
I had Mr. Morale. I think as the number one album that I was listening to.
No, Drake was all of our number ones.
no,
All right, the number two.
he's talking about the year Mr. Morale came out.
I'm not a Drake hate. Did you listen to our spaces?
I didn't say you was a Drake hater. I'm not saying.
I was the Drake
I'm
dick
just saying
rider.
a lot of these
He's always
people-
in my number one.
You-
a lot of these people just want to see. People want to see Drake fall from the top spot. I get it.
But you're not gonna let them all.
It's not. I ain't got nothing to do with this shit.
I don't think he
I'm a
needs
fan.
any of our help,
I'm just
but-
listening to this shit. Listen. I want to see this. I want front row tickets for this motherfucker. I want to see it. I just don't. I'm not saying that it has to happen tomorrow. Just let me know when it's on, when it's lit, nigga, and I'll be there. I'm pulling up to see what it's gonna happen. But fans say he got 72 hours. He got to do this. It's like, what?
Why are we not putting this pressure on Rick Ross and Nav? You can't just unfollow him during this
up,
whole
Rory.
spat because you look clout chasing now. Now say something.
I think
Don't sit in your fucking Maybach and listen to the song and unfollow Drake. Ross, say something.
and that's one that I don't want to see, man, because them niggas make such great music together.
I don't think they're gonna make.
I don't want to see that.
Yo,
I
all
still
the
need that.
memes with the fucking so hard to say goodbye to yesterday with like Future and Drake. Like
Oh yeah, that is like a bad. That's
all
like,
know.
the toxic niggas were fucking depressed.
Everyone was really upset about the Future and Drake one. I was very upset about Drake and Ross.
That
Like, show
yo,
me
bro,
that collage.
I
with
still
this
want
song.
that album. I still want that album.
What do y'all think of Ross? Like a proper Ross diss record looks like. I know he dabbled with the 50 shit. I'm aware.
It ain't gonna. It's not
But
gonna
this
be good.
era of Ross, what do y'all think of?
You can't out luxury Drake, so it's not gonna be good.
How can you talk about Bel Air?
That's a really good point too.
Like
He could do that with other rappers. Like
you can't out luxury Drake.
Yeah,
So-
he's
Ross,
had all the scallop dishes you've had.
yeah,
So-
Ross Drake battle
tough.
is
just didn't eat as much.
a Ross Drake
Well, he
battle.
had stomach
is different.
issues.
Oh yeah.
I do want to hear Ross get involved in this though. All right, what's Future gonna do when
Yo,
Drake
when is-
does reply? Because a Future
Hold
diss
on.
record
When is Dreamville Fest?
this weekend.
You keep, man.
It's
Worry
next
about your
weekend.
own
Next
camp.
weekend, I'm sorry.
Don't worry about mine. Worry about your camp.
Look at
Damn,
her.
my bad. I didn't even know you had motherfucking the Dreamville. What's their logo?
A D.
I didn't know you had the D tatted on your lower back. My bad.
It's Baby
Makes
D.
sense.
Big D.
No, I'm because I could definitely see Cole debuting it at that show.
I think so too.
I could see that.
I think Cole's got something already.
I could see him giving us the response on stage.
I thought Drake might do that with one of these shows, but I could really see Cole do that.
We had this.
That's right.
We've been having this conversation about Cole's next coming album and how it's his chance to solidify himself within the big three and all of this. Like, I feel like this moment is also his moment to let motherfuckers know that like you're not the three of the big three. You don't have to be.
Nah,
You can compete with them
if
niggas.
Cole replies correctly and then drops the fall off, which we've heard snippets that sound incredible. We know he's in the best shape he's ever been in. I think that's an even better way for Cole to solidify being number one.
Listen, that
You reply and then put out an incredible rap album.
oh yeah, That's how
it's hard to debate anything at that point.
Yeah, that's why it's like, fuck all this kumbaya shit. You cool with Kendrick, you cool with Drake. Nah, knock them niggas' heads off. Do it.
Or you want Cole to go at Drake too?
Both of them. Fuck it. I'm number one.
That's not going to happen.
When was the last time we got a real diss record on an album? I'm not saying the way Future did that cryptic intro. I'm talking
names.
Ether on a Stillmatic.
Don't say names no more, man.
I could see Cole throwing in his response in the Fall Off album because I have not seen a direct reply to a rapper in quite some time the way Ether was on Stillmatic. When was the last time we got that? From a list rapper.
Yeah, not the drill. These drill niggas say each other's name every day.
No. The genre is that.
Yeah, the genre is just say my name.
The genre is name.
Yeah, like kill me and then
they don't even have albums.
Yeah.
It's just this record.
Just roll call attendance.
Just back it's just a cannabis album. Well, yeah.
Well, what were your favorite?
I think Cole is still on the chopping block for time as well.
What were your favorite jokes on the internet over this time frame? Because the jokes that Big Sean can't have a day to himself have been like, I've been in tears.
I feel so bad for that.
We ain't even got Sean's name on the docket.
Put out a great single. Put out a great freestyle.
Put out a great freestyle. Got his Tiny Desk lit right now.
Tiny Desk is
fire.
He fit 14 songs.
Shut the fuck up, Julian, because you don't even got Big Sean's. You don't even got Big Sean's name. You don't even have Big Sean's name on the docket.
Said fucking Drake for the last 3 hours.
You don't have Big Sean's name on the docket.
Yeah.
Say something about the record. What's it called, Maul? What's the song called? Since you listened to it so much over the weekend.
I didn't listen to it so much.
What's the song? What's it called? I know because I've been listening to it.
Something precise.
Cap. Impeccable.
What is it called?
Right? I think.
See,
y'all not doing Sean like that. They said all the Diddy documents because Sean's birthday is the day before mine.
Precision. There you go. Now
they said all the Diddy shit came out on Big Sean's birthday. They said, damn, my man can't have one day to himself.
Yeah, y'all fucked up, man. And Sean rapping.
Kendrick dropped right on his freestyle rollout. Next day, Diddy.
I mean,
the Tiny Desk is hard.
Sean got the Tiny Desk right now.
He thought he was about to have a week.
Yo, he thought he was gonna have it lit. They said they sent in the motherfucking Homeland Security to Puff. It's like, God damn, I just dropped the Tiny Desk.
He need to get new crystals. Whatever crystals and shit he got in his crib, swap them out.
You know what's so fucked up is I love that Sean has been talking about positive thinking for the last 3 years, but we may need to rework some of his thinking because it's not manifesting the way he's explaining it.
And he's putting out good music too.
He's putting out great music. And Sean deserves his flowers. Even through the midst of this, I actually do think, like, jokes aside, it may have helped him a bit. Because a lot of people now are saying his rollout's being stepped on. Let's talk about how great Big Sean is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's helped a bit. It's a yin and yang. When this dropped, the Tiny Desk, I was excited. I was like, oh, great. That means we're going to get a Drake reply today. There's no way they're going to let Big Sean have a Tiny Desk day. We're going to get a 9-minute Drake song today.
Oh my God, man. That's so fucked up.
Y'all think Kendrick knew that Big Sean shit was coming and that's why
he did a crazy medley.
I don't think Kendrick is that strategic, like as far as I want to make sure my big 3 disc goes out on the day Sean starts his rollout. But I think he saw the timing and was like, Metro, can you drop your album on this Friday as opposed to the one before or after? I could see it. I think he waited to turn that verse in so it landed on this Friday. And
it just is so crazy because Sean had just mentioned the big 3. Like he had just
6 hours before. He said your so-called big 3. He said, I don't want to compete with your so-called big 3. I don't have the
suplex out of the conversation.
And I took that personal.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
don't worry, you won't compete with the big 3, baby.
Right.
Go hum at your desk.
Maybe I'm viewing his manifesting a little differently.
Poor Sean, man.
Maybe he is the greatest manifester of all time in his positive thinking.
Well, no, you gotta have.
I don't have the energy to compete with your so-called big 3, and then 6 hours later, Kendrick Lamar says, "Fuck the big 3, it's just me."
Yeah.
This theory might be worse than the Jay-Z stepping on all the Nas releases.
This is like when you trying to break up a fight and a nigga punch you in your face.
Yeah. Like, nah.
It's like, yo, I'm trying to call for peace.
And then you also get arrested.
Yeah. You get pepper sprayed. It's like, I was trying to
break it up.
I was trying to break this shit up.
Yo, that shit is so fucking funny.
But shout out to the album come out.
Bro, whenever Drake respond.
I was gonna we're gonna get the Sean album that day. Yeah, that day.
is when Sean's album is dropping.
That freestyle is really good.
No, it's dope. It's dope. I don't know why people just have Big. I think people trying to make it cool to not like Big Sean and just make jokes and memes out of him. But
Well, about time, because they tried to make it cool not to like Cole for fucking 10 years. So like, I'm happy it's Sean's turn.
Turn? It's been his turn. I'm telling him to turn it off. Like,
no,
like
I think it's his turn to finally
this nigga's a nice guy. He's pretty cool and he can rap really well. Like,
he's a great rapper.
Turn off the fucking hate.
He makes great fucking music. Has great singles. Like,
there's Big Sean stan. Well, first of all, I got attacked by me and Rory both got attacked by Kendrick stans this fucking weekend. I knew that Kendrick has stans, but because Kendrick been like, hibernating. I didn't know that these niggas was still active in the streets because they turned my fucking Twitter the fuck up when all I tweeted was attacking Cole in album mode. It was a bold move. That's all I tweeted. They've been on my ass ever since. But I went on TikTok and I made a TikTok talking about trying to help women get through this beef so they know what's going on so they can impress their man. So
wait, you did what?
So Young Miami?
Wait, what did you do?
I made a TikTok for women who don't know hip hop.
She tried to give a step by step.
And I was like, hey, if you don't know hip hop, but your man's in love with hip hop, he's probably jumping up and down right now. You want to know what's going on? This is what's going on. So I explained the big three beef in layman's terms, right? Real simple. I also mentioned...
I'm sure all that shit was wrong. I'm sure Damaris was on there saying shit. They was like, that ain't how that went. But okay.
And here's how to throw a lob in 2K.
Anyway.
L1, square.
Anyway, I said that, but one of the things I mentioned, I said, so your man is either on one of their sides, or if he's one of those like odd hip hop fans, he's like, honestly, fuck the big three. Big Sean belongs in the big three. When I said that, there were so many men in the comments like, Big Sean does belong in the big three. Fuck Cole. It should be Kendrick, Drake, and Sean. And I was like,
that's
a lot.
Bro, they were wilding. I'm like, y'all really believe this?
Sean wouldn't even say that.
He deserves his flowers. He's incredible.
People love an underdog. Cole isn't an underdog anymore. So now
he paid off his student loans. So it's like, what do we relate to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. All
right, so
I did have that moment in DC, which I was explaining to Maul at meet and greets of like Kia being the first girl that I've ever dated that like wasn't super into rap like that. So trying to explain what like was happening was one of the toughest things I've ever done because she just kept asking like, but why?
You should send her my video.
So like they're attacking each other. Did someone say something wrong about the other one? I was like, well, not really. It was like subliminal, sort of like. She's like, so did someone say something about someone's family or like why would they want to attack? They all seem pretty successful and they have a lot of fans. Why would someone do that? I was like, okay, you're making a valid point, but that's not how this shit goes.
Yeah, no, it's not how that works.
Fuck you for bringing logic into
That's
hip-hop.
all she was trying to. She's like, wait, so Drake and Cole were on tour, but then Kendrick didn't he break a record or something for his tour? I was like, yeah, he did. She's like, so why would he be mad? I was like, I can't explain why he's mad.
Yeah, there's no explanation.
I have nothing.
Yeah, no, there's no explanation. Not to somebody that doesn't really follow the music and the artist, like, because even if you do, it's still a lot of questions that you have. I don't know why these niggas isn't following Drake. I couldn't tell you like what the fuck happened. What bar was it? What
bar was it? What bitch was it?
Like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm following a nigga because he fucked the chick that you fuck is beyond crazy.
I think that's just a laundry list of things, that just being one of it. I don't know. I would like to know the messy part of my brain.
So
why they
we can
feel
get
this
off
way.
of it. Who do y'all have being victorious coming out of all of this? Whenever it happens.
Cole.
Oh, I'm up. I'm she waves her flag much harder than I do, but I'm Dreamville.
What
do you mean that's not true?
Rory said that's not true. Julian came on here. Julian came on here.
Boss was just in your house at 5:30 in the morning.
Boss was in my house at 5:30 in the morning. This is wrestling, but damn, I can't really talk about it.
I can't talk about the whole fucking thing.
Really
no, I know.
about it.
Trust me. That goes without saying.
Yeah, we all know things
sucks.
too that we're not saying.
Yeah.
I know, it sucks.
You don't have to say I can't talk about it.
Well, it's a podcast, so I have to say something.
Oh, I know a lot of shit that I can't talk about, and that I would.
Well, yeah, but I heard about a phone call you had that you can't talk about.
I didn't have any phone call.
And you
But
didn't
anyway,
tell us about it.
Anyway,
you got Drake.
So you got Dreamville.
You're obviously taking Drake.
You got Cole.
You're gonna be mad at me. Define the winner. Like, what does that mean?
Out of all the records that we get, bars that we get, who do you think, the same way you feel like Pusha won the Drake shit, who do you feel will come out of this being the victorious?
If the three of them all participate in this battle,
fucking
right?
winner.
Not
Jesus.
no, because
Yes,
he changes it.
All three of them.
Bro,
all three of them.
Kendrick,
If all
Drake,
three of
Cole,
them.
pick the winner.
all
How
three
is
of
this
them-
not a fair question to ask when
If
he was
all
just
three
saying
of them engage in the
Drake
battle,
won the Pusha battle because he sold more records? I have to ask the
I
stipulations
said
here.
that. I never said that.
He thinks that song was better.
That's all I said.
That's not what he said. He thinks Duffy's freestyle is better. That's
all I
not
said.
what he said.
All right.
I didn't say nothing about
If the
the
three
album
of
shit.
them participate in a rap battle, I'm taking Kendrick in the end.
You're only saying that so they get out of your mention.
No, I think Drake is going to be a way bigger competitor and shock people much more than they think. That's all I'm saying. I think Kendrick is too prepared. I think he's been waiting on this. I think he's been clipped up wanting to say everything about Drake. He just needed a real excuse to do it. And I think Drake is going to reply. And then Kendrick is going to let out 10 years of his thoughts. And I think he'll be the victor.
And y'all want Drake to respond in 48 hours, knowing that a nigga got 10 years of thoughts he about to release.
But Drake also has 10 years of thoughts.
He don't be thinking about the. But anyway, I got. So now.
Cap!
Look
That's
him up,
cap.
look
And you
him
want
up,
no,
look
no.
him
I'm
up.
not gonna let him get that shit off because everybody, especially real Drake fans, know how part of the reason that
He's
he
the
even
most
has
petty.
the Pusha fucking diss and the Pusha issues. Drake is a fan of hip hop. He's been a student of hip hop.
Yes.
He has looked up to all of these niggas. He admires all of these niggas. He
Yeah.
listens to all of these niggas.
Correct.
He's very much involved. So we're not gonna sit around acting like Drake is just walking around on air Drake like I don't see none of these niggas. I don't see none of these niggas. No, he cares about what the fuck Kendrick has to say because
Damn, I
he
wish we had a
respects
camera.
he respects Kendrick's fucking pen. So don't do that he don't see, he don't care. He does see it, he does fucking
I'm saying I don't think that he has 10 years worth of emotions directed towards Kendrick.
not emotions, but he has some
I
bars.
think he'll unlock them after
I
hearing that.
my early favorite is obviously Drake, only because he's battle tested. He's
Early
been in.
favorite.
That was my early
But
favorite too.
only reason why I say early favorite is because that might delete later 2 shit that Cole dropped. I think that's the best I've ever heard J. Cole rap.
Oh, I heard some more of those records that are on that shit. That full Boz in him record. Holy shit.
Like
I wave my flag.
that might delete later 2 shit is
Nah, they go.
No, those snippets sound insane.
like
Fam,
like
those
Cole.
records
so
are fucking
good.
crazy.
So that's what I'm saying. Like Drake is battle tested. We've seen him in this arena. We've seen him get into it with our rappers and go back and forth. We've seen that. So I'm taking him. But if Cole is rapping anything like he's rapping on that might delete later 2 shit, and that's just tailored with names and shit, it could be a different outcome.
I think if Cole was given the same grace of crossing the line that Drake and Kendrick will get, yes, I would put Cole maybe at number 1 at this point in their careers. Like even how we were talking in Patreon hours before that Kendrick shit dropped. Cole is in the best shape out of the 3 of them, in my opinion, right now. I just don't think he's gonna cross the line because he has no reason to. So that's why I think he'll be number 3.
Cole? Nah,
As
I
far
think-
as this battle goes,
I
he
think
can't like.
I think he crossing lines when it comes to Kendrick, bro.
I think they're friends, and I think
No, they definitely friend, but that's what I'm saying.
I'm talking crossing lines.
He's talking about disrespectful shit.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can cross.
I think Cole is going to put out an amazing reply that just proves how good of a rapper he is, what he's
What's crossing
what he's
lines
achieved.
though to you? What's crossing the line?
Dirt, revealing dirt or something that they
Now I
didn't
think
want
if these
known.
niggas start doing shit that might fuck up a nigga's marriage and shit like that, then it's like, all right.
So if he calls Kendrick overrated or like says something along
he's
those lines,
definitely, he's definitely, that might be the opening bar. Nigga, you overrated. Nobody want to hit them
I don't
alien
think he's going
bars.
to do that. If you think Cole will even go that far, then yeah,
I
I
don't
think
think
Cole is a
Cole's-
contender for sure.
I don't think Cole's gonna go that far.
I don't think he is. I think he's going to tell us his story of how
Y'all
he
got
did all this
light-
shit and how
y'all
he's
got
better
light
than
skin-
us, and that's it.
Y'all got light skinned Jermaine fucked up. Bro.
No, I
He about to get disrespected.
I have his like moral high ground fucked up. Like I just think he's going to prove that he raps really well,
This
and we're
is a
going to like
battle.
it.
This is
and
a
he's
battle.
not going to cross the line.
We
I
watch
hope he
battle
does.
rap. We watch battle rap all the time. Them niggas cross all lines.
That's different.
No, it's not. This is a battle. It's a battle.
It's a commercial battle.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Radio
commercial you
battle.
talking about. These niggas is about to start talking very disrespectful.
Drake is going to cross the line on Kendrick. Kendrick's going to cross the line on Drake. And I think Cole is going to be over there just rapping really, really well.
And you think Cole gonna be like, hey, don't say that? You think that's gonna be Cole's stance in this whole thing?
No, I just think he's going to.
Man, Cole gonna be right there talking about Kendrick like, nigga, you dressed like a Haitian cab driver. Get out of here. Like, he gonna be all on that nigga's neck.
That would be great. I
He
hope
gonna be on
that happens.
Maul wants to diss Kendrick so bad.
Not me. I'm just talking. Did you see the picture he posted in the studio?
Wait, when he was doing the Mexican burpees?
No, when he had on, y'all didn't see the picture. He had
Oh,
the
when
white.
he was outside doing the burpees?
No, in the studio. Fuck that. He was in the studio. This nigga had on a butt like a collar
You know how
shirt,
tough those are?
tucked in his jeans with some wild shoes on. Y'all didn't see that picture?
Of Kendrick?
Bro, I thought that was Photoshop.
Well, who am I to talk? Because I'm definitely not the fashion guy. But
no, but
the
I'm
big
saying
three, all three of them don't dress
when you have pictures like that currently circulating,
none of them can really talk fashion.
When you have pictures like that circulating, best believe I'm using one of those as a bar.
Dissing his clothing, you think that's the
Cole can't diss Kendrick's clothing, respectfully.
None of them can.
Yes, he can.
Did you guys see while we were recording, Ye just threw his hat into the ring?
Oh, God.
He posted this.
His hat stays
this
in the
happened
ring.
while we.
This just happened. I was going to read it off my phone, but if one of you wants to read
He
it.
says, everyone knows I watched Kendrick on No More Parties in LA. Everyone knows
agree.
I watched Drake at the Free Hoover concert. Everyone
Wasn't
knows
fair.
I brought Adidas into this culture and I took them out. Everyone knows
Run
Lotta,
DMC.
Demna, Virgil, Jerry, Kim all worked for me. I made Yeezus, Dark Fantasy, Pablo, Graduation Throne, 808s. I made Runaway, Devil in a New Dress, Father Stretch. Well, actually, didn't Drake write that? But okay. I am the only person to come
Metro,
back.
Ironically,
I am the only person to come back to number one after cancellation. There was only one GOAT. I stand by me. My friends call me Ye.
He got a little tiny bit of a point.
he has
What's
a
the
point, but why? Because all of this is, for the most part,
He has a point, but
very
he don't
true.
rap. He don't rap better than none of the niggas we just talked about.
That's a fact. He also was on Drink Champ saying, "Could you imagine if I could have Drake write all my rap lyrics?"
yeah. So what are we talking about? Like, yeah,
Kendrick Cole and Drake are far better rappers than Kanye West. when it
Kanye
comes
is
to
one of the
actual
greatest.
penning.
Kanye is arguably the greatest producer, not just music, producer, clothes, fashion.
and probably has the best
we
catalog in rap history in that argument.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not talking about that. I don't.
When it comes to the pen, nah. Ye is not those three. Sorry.
No, not
He
at all.
said it's big. He said it's big. Yay! Fuck y'all talking about.
I mean,
Ye.
it's Kanye fucking West. He's a
Cannot argue that.
absolute. We don't even get Kendrick, Drake, and Cole if we don't have Kanye West. He is the GOAT of this whole shit.
Can't argue that at all.
But
Kanye
it's
is
kind of
that-
weird. Like,
here we go with inserting yourself.
yeah, did he? We already know you the GOAT.
yeah, nigga, like ain't nobody saying you not. But here, it's I get it, man.
Are those his peers?
No.
No.
No,
Those are his
me-
kids.
Not. I'm not.
All three of them are his
Yeah.
kids.
Okay. That's what I figured.
he's on another level.
Respectfully, his kids.
Did Ye have a big three? Who was Ye's other two? Wayne.
Wayne and I don't know.
Definitely Wayne, for sure.
T-Pain. I
You're joking, but I mean,
mean, yeah.
T-Pain was a singer.
Nelly, sort
Nelly
of.
was a-
At the beginning of
was
Ye's
50, no?
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of at the tail, but did
Yeah,
he
50.
not determine that that's what ended 50?
50's run was so big, but it was so short.
Yeah, because
it was
Kanye
different.
kind of that ended it, kind of.
I think this kind of speaks to Cole, Kendrick, and Drake as far as their run as the big three. I don't know if there's been a big three for that amount of time, ever.
We're still talking about them as the big three, like years after what should have been their peaks, and Cole hasn't even hit his peak yet.
Like,
So,
Ye is an
like-
anomaly because he's outlet, like all his peers that he was competing with
Dreamville
every
Cape is
year,
on
whether it be
tight.
50,
But that's
Wayne,
not.
whatever, like he's still one
But
of the
that's
GOATs.
not.
Cole has
That's
a
just not
peak.
fair because you can't put 50 and Kanye next to each other because
Well, they did.
They
Rolling,
did.
Rolling Stone did.
And 50 got
Face to
washed.
face.
I'm just talking about just artists. Like 50 is just rap. Kanye is so much bigger than.
Well, that's why that
Yeah, but that was
moment
like the
between
changing of the
Graduation and
guard.
Curtis like proved the shift in hip hop at that time.
But then you could say that same thing, excuse me, about Drake. Drake is not just rap. Drake is pop. Drake is fucking.
I said that already.
Yeah. No, but I'm,
But Kanye opened the door for that. At least for that to go commercial and for younger guys to feel like they could do that.
Yeah, of course. That's why I do we need that post from Kanye? Like, we know.
That was just Kanye.
I just do feel like Run DMC
Kanye
maybe
just
brought
thinks-
Adidas into, like, drug dealers maybe brought Adidas into the culture, but
Kanye, you know how Kanye gets nervous when his name drops in the algorithms. He got to
That's
find
true.
a way to get right back at the top of that shit. So he just checked today and was like, "Well, I'm trending at number 19. Oh no.
oh, no.
Oh,
I do
Sorry,
think-
Bob.
No,
I do think he does.
Carisha's higher than me. Young Miami trending higher than me. No.
Number 7.
Oh,
Oh, now you know how it feels, Kanye.
No.
Yeah, I felt the same
Let
fucking
it
way.
go.
Rory,
Fucking
Jesus
go.
Christ.
Let me drop my
Rory called
stats
the
real
cops.
quick.
She had it was me. I snitched.
Rory called the cops.
and then,
I
and
was
then
at
took
Puff's
a,
crib like,
and then
"Is
took
that
a
pink cocaine?"
helicopter ride.
Oh,
Let's head over to
Yeah,
Star
yeah.
Island and make sure my tax-paying dollars are going to good use.
Yeah, what are the odds? Rory never goes down to Miami. The one
Never.
time you're down there,
The
Homeland
one time
Security.
Puff about to get raided, now you're in the
That's
chopper. You're in the
Brandon Paul
chopper.
over here. Look,
Yeah.
he got his hair all out. You look like the Syracuse Orange.
Yeah, Syracuse.
You see the
sniper.
bangs?
Rory
The Syracuse Mule.
look like a Lego man.
The Syracuse Mule.
Connected with some people that knew
Syracuse
Damaris. And
Mule.
He's the Syracuse Mule.
He bought me a Syracuse shirt the other day too. Shit starting to make sense.
yeah.
He was in Syracuse the other day.
No, I was thrifting and I found a Syracuse shirt. And
I thought you said, yo, he bought me something from Syracuse the other day. I'm about to be like,
No,
nah,
it was a
dog.
nice Syracuse
We
shirt.
joking and we laughing. Well, what the fuck going on?
The
man?
orange man. What you
Rory
want?
tucking kilos in that little big
like,
orange
what is
body.
that, man? And your little fucking Ame.
Yeah.
What is it?
Tote?
Your Ame tote bag. I'm start checking
This
that
is a
little
Rory
bag.
ass outfit.
That is Rory.
That's me. I'm
That's
an
literally
orange
Rory.
man. I'm legitimately an orange man.
Shout out to the gang. Shout out to the gang. Shout out to the
Oh,
gang.
no, that's-
This is a nasty sign.
Yeah, what is that?
It's
the
the
S.
S. Genius.
Oh.
It's backwards
I
though.
don't know.
You can't say
Yeah,
genius.
genius and it was backwards.
Well, it's
Nah, because you put everything upside down. So
That
she
bum
was
ass
like,
ass.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
yeah,
doing.
she
My
was
bad.
trying to put it in
She
your.
was trying to talk to me in my lingo. In my lingo.
We got any
Get it.
voicemails?
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, we can do voicemails.
Oh, well, quickly. Beyonce album, Midnight.
Woo woo! This ain't Texas.
Mo, I know you were kind of half joking, but I'm disappointed that Jelly Roll is not on the feature list that was
Yeah.
put out today. I was really
I
upset.
wanted to see Jelly Roll, man. Jelly Roll and Beyonce. That would have been fire.
I'm excited for the Miley Cyrus record. I'm hating on the Post Malone feature being on the just that list that they released today, but I'm probably gonna like it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at Post. I mean,
Post doesn't make bad music.
He doesn't.
He doesn't make bad music. He
I don't
definitely he tricked us though. We thought Post was going somewhere else with his music
No,
when we first
he was.
White Iverson to what he is now.
I kind of.
It's a whole different person.
Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah, he tricked us.
For like a day. After White Iverson.
I was gonna say,
He
what
went
other
right-
rap record did he put out after that? That was it.
I'm just saying the way we met him is not the man he
Yeah.
is today.
Oh no, it's definitely some culture vulture points that could be brought up in that regard.
I'm not going to use that, but it's just a little funny.
We're not doing that to Posty.
We
He's a real
embraced that nigga.
musician.
We thought he was like, okay, he gonna get into his Wiz Khalifa bag a little bit.
Wait. Is that not one of the definitions of a creative culture vulture? You went into hip hop to then get hot and then immediately left to go do the music you wanted to do and then
He's
then shitted on hip hop in multiple interviews.
Has he done a feature with a hip hop artist since?
Yeah, I was gonna say one
Yeah,
of his
he
biggest
did,
records with Sway
with
Lee.
the Baby and,
Congratulations.
Well, that's a pop record, but
Sway Lee is the
Is it
I
Sway
asked
Lee
about
on
hip hop
that?
and
Is
that's
Sway
the
Lee on
record.
that?
And that's who you brought up?
He's hip hop.
Sway Lee's not hip hop.
Yes,
I'm
he
not saying he's
is.
not.
He was at Puff's crib.
I'm not.
Oh, see.
So are you.
You are
You
fucking...
out here throwing hooks.
Yeah, because I'm hip hop.
Yeah, but you got to stop. But what you was doing there? Listen, we don't ask the right questions
Brandon Paul.
sometimes. Yeah, what the fuck was you doing there?
And didn't you say you had a glass of wine and don't remember shit? What didn't that happen at Puff's house?
No, I was very coherent at Puff's house.
Mhm.
And he snuck in. He don't
Oh.
tell you
I
that.
did
So
not
you drank
sneak
from
into
you
Puff's
drank from the
house.
good bottles.
He snuck in. bro.
How do you cannot sneak into Puff's house on New Year's
Yeah,
Eve?
you can't just bring some drugs. So we're like, oh sure, come
I came with
He's
no
one of
drugs.
us.
in. Yeah.
I came with no drugs. Name was on the list.
Beyonce album tonight.
Quavo's on. Congratulations. Sorry, that's a rapper.
Post Malone is not hip hop.
Thank you, Julian.
You guys are hating.
Beyonce record tonight. Country record.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Dolly
excited.
Parton.
I'm excited to hear it. I want to see what B
I am
did.
too.
I want to see what she did with this country album.
Are y'all gonna listen with an open ear? As
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
listening like, oh, I don't like country music, but I gotta talk about.
I like country
Beyonce.
music.
I don't
though.
dislike
listen to
country.
How many people are
I
gonna
never
pretend
pretend to be
country
someone that
music?
like listens to country all the time.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
I'm
a
not
genre I
banging it
dislike.
every day, but like it's some country records that come on sometimes on the radio that I like, and I'm like, okay. It's
I was
cool.
kind of hoping for a
Oh, you know the
small
country
town
when you're in the
remix.
store shopping somewhere and it comes on.
Mhm.
You're like, I know that record. It's a country record.
I need from her. I took my key into the side of his pretty little souped up.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
want
think-
her
but
to
I
write
think
one
that's
of like
what
most
most of
best
it's gonna be.
songs.
I think that's the vibe most of it's going to be, to be honest.
Need that.
Well, we'll see. Tonight at midnight.
Did 16 carriages grow on you guys?
Growing. I
Not
said
on
out
you.
The,
I
out the
meant
gate.
Julian and Maul.
I liked it from the gate. I didn't like
Yeah.
what was the other record that she put out that
Texas Hold'em.
That
right?
one I'm not.
I didn't really that really wasn't I ain't really, you know what I mean, get into that like that, but I like the what's the name one? I like
Carriages is crazy. Yeah, the other one, Texas Hold'em, like, was a little cheesy country to me.
Oh, we gotta mention that fucking R&B tour of R&B tours that's going to happen.
Mm.
Maxwell with Jasmine Sullivan in October London.
And Maida's on that too, right?
She's on tour with Chris, I think.
Oh, Chris, okay. There's someone else that was on that.
That's
Either way,
a
that's
dope ass.
So if you bring a girl, is that your girlfriend?
Absolutely. You can't go see Maxwell with just anybody. You can't go listen to Jasmine sing live with just anybody.
Okay, but
That's somebody you care about.
if you don't have a prospect, you go alone.
No, you stay home.
Take that friend with benefit that
you
we
just gotta
talked
go
about.
and take the girl you fucking at the time.
That's the this.
Yeah,
literally is
okay,
our
you
last
can.
episode.
You can. But now if she start acting like your girlfriend, don't be mad.
No, Maul. Remember, we reiterate. You got to remind her that she's just your friend with benefit.
Like, all right, good luck.
You got bag a bitch at the show.
You have to
Right.
encourage her to go on stage with Maxwell.
You got to finger
it's
her during
not
the show.
serious.
You know, your day is coming at the podium, and
What
I just
did I
want to.
do?
I just want to make sure you have, because you like to eloquently post these captions on your Invisaligns page.
You guys were making fun of his Invisaligns, like his invisible lens,
Invisalign.
Yes, I'm gonna
Thank
make fun of
you.
it.
and
Fun of it
his
every day.
things that he writes. In this Patreon,
see,
in
God.
this Patreon description, he said that Rory and Low Key were discussing which was more impactful to Dirk's career in between billowing hookah clouds. In between billowing hookah clouds, we catch glimpses of Demar. This is what he wrote in our Patreon description.
Billowing.
That's for Patreon. That's behind the paywall. If you want to go check that out.
I
A few words.
I came off my vacation.
So
and
we did appear to be billowing, filled with air and swelling outward. I've never heard that word in my life.
What?
Of smoke moving or flowing outward with an adulting, I can't read, motion. Did you know that
can't
word before
read.
this?
You just can't read.
Okay, sorry. What do you want from me? Teach me to read then.
All right, hold on. I don't even
Teach
remember
me
what I
to
wrote.
read.
Like everyone's just shitting on me for not knowing how to read. Someone teach me to fucking read then. Stop making fun of me.
It's not that Rory doesn't
Be a
know
part
how
of
to
the
read.
solution and not a part of the problem.
Rory is dyslexic. It's not that he can't read. He's dyslexic.
Now you're just putting.
You see,
Oh, you're not dyslexic?
No.
How you
Now you're just diagnosing me with shit.
Yo, I should just diagnose you with some shit that
I'm
you're not
sorry.
a
And then
doctor.
she tried to make it like nice, like don't worry, he's
Yeah,
just,
he's
you know.
dyslexic. It's okay.
Wait. Since we're talking about this Maul, because you weren't here for this argument, what record was more impactful for Dirk's career? All My Life or Laugh Now, Cry Later?
It's not even
Bro,
a debate.
any song that you have,
It's
with
the
Drake.
Drake.
is gonna
Yeah,
be more
we
impactful.
should know who we're talking to.
That's just bro. It's not just me. This is a fact. You can look at the numbers.
Oh my
It's like
life.
putting your product in Target. Julian.
Enough
Julian?
of all this music talk, guys.
I'm done with. I ain't gonna lie,
Y'all
man. Till I
dry
hear a
bitches,
motherfucking
bro.
battle, I'm done with hip hop. I'm not downloading none of you niggas albums.
It's country time, right?
I'm not streaming none of you niggas albums. I want to hear these niggas rap and battle, and then after that's over with, I'll get back to downloading albums. But none of you niggas drop nothing until this battle's over. All right,
One
let's-
quick question. Does anyone not put out their reply because of the Beyonce album? Like to
Obviously.
let that go.
Big Sean.
See, I think this is one of those rare cases where all of this shit trumps Beyonce's album.
I agree. Because she's doing the country route.
Yeah,
If this was Renaissance, way different.
yeah.
But she's doing the country shit.
This is like her. Beyond B is trying something with this.
Yeah, I think
She's getting
anyone
into
could put their
artistry,
reply out.
creative bag. She's a Texas girl. Obviously, the country roots are there.
Unless this shit hit. Unless it's not true country and it hit.
How many?
But
you
even
got?
then, I still feel like a
But when
Drake
Beyonce
catch a
don't hit
cold.
though,
No.
Yeah, it's
that's
gonna
not-
hit.
Beyonce always hits. What y'all
Exactly.
are saying is you think Beyonce's just trying something. When I say it's a hit, I mean it hits the masses. Because she
Well,
was
when
just
I say
trying
trying
something
something,
with
it's-
Renaissance too.
yeah, but no, but trying something
Still
is
is a
this is
Beyonce
not
album.
Beyonce's not a country artist. Obviously, she's from Texas. She has the roots. She's been to the rodeos growing up. She's she has all of that in her bag. She heard country music, been around it, been around the culture, obviously, but she's a different type of artist. That's not her artistry bag. This is like her putting on the hat. You really get into her roots, trying a new sound. She just gave us the Renaissance, who was new sounds on their dance, but that's closer to some shit Beyonce already did.
And
She
it
gave us
been a
dance
wild.
vibes.
It, Lion King didn't really count, in my opinion, as a full Beyonce album.
Yeah.
It had been so much time. Renaissance was like, all right, shit, let's stop what we're doing.
But if a Cole diss record drops tonight, more people are gonna be talking about that than this Beyonce album.
All right.
And that's one of the rarest occasions.
I agree with you.
So
Cole wouldn't do that to his aunt.
to who?
His
His
aunt?
TT. His
TT.
TT baby.
Sure.
They're like
They're like 3
6 years apart, if that.
Not even less than that.
How old is Cole?
Cole got to be at least 38.
39. Actually, yeah, you're right. They might be the same age.
He's 39, yeah, and Beyonce's
Beyonce's
42.
Yeah, but she's been
Damn.
running
I'm
around.
not calling no girl 3 years
longer.
older than you,
I'm
my
talking about
aunt.
in the industry.
You know, but it's but see, that goes to show Beyonce and Jay-Z's age gap because Jay-Z is definitely he's not bro. For Cole, he's
Yeah, but Jay is 54.
exact. But that's why when I say auntie, Jay is uncle. So naturally Beyonce will be auntie, even though she's closer to Cole's age than she is Jay's. That was our point.
Yeah, I was saying more relationship-wise, not age-wise.
Yeah, not age-wise.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
All right, well, do we got some voicemails, Julian?
Okay.
You've got mail.
Yeah, enough music talk. So
Enough music talk.
We have a guy here that is tired of being the rebound, and he wants to be taken seriously outside of the bedroom. So let's give him some advice.
My bad. I didn't know you was doing it like that, player. Outside of the bedroom, you want them to take you serious.
Yo, what's good, guys? Evan from Florida.
Just being a fuck stick.
Question for the Marys. And of course, everybody can chime in, but I've always been the rebound dude, the guy that girls get with, and kind of make them feel better about themselves when they're trying to discover, reclaim their sexy and shit. And I've always been told I give good dick, but never been the dude that they stay with.
It's like me.
And now that I'm older, getting close to my 30s and shit, trying to calm down and settle down with somebody, find the one, have some kids and shit. Like, how do you go from being the dude that everybody sleeps with to kind of feel better about themselves to like keeping somebody and finding that one? Of course, any advice or jokes, I'm down for. Appreciate it.
Well, first of all,
Maybe you're just not that deep, Duke.
well, it sounds like he deep in the well. I don't know where the fuck he's
Deep in the
recording at.
gash.
But
That was funny, Mom.
first of all, trying to settle down in your 30s, like you just turning 30, he's still 20 something.
Fair, but all right. Let's say as someone
That's tough, man.
cool, as someone that wants to settle down in their 30s, but has always been treated like a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
Can you turn a hoe into a house husband? Because I think a lot of girls might be just looking at him like, no, you just a hoe. You're dense. There's not much here. You don't have much conversation. You're just good at fucking and you're attractive. And that's what we do to you.
When men are whores and you're trying to change that narrative about yourself, you have to completely rebrand everything. You got to start buying your groceries at different stores.
You have to do the TikToks and Target.
You got to start, motherfucker, you got to change your wardrobe.
Yeah.
You got to start wearing more suits.
You got to dress like, what's his name? Coretta Scott guy. Jonathan Majors.
You got to have some slave boots.
Yeah.
You got to completely read a lot of pea coats.
A lot of morning affirmations on the IG story.
At least 3 coats that can touch the floor.
You got to start making get ready with me videos and show yourself at church.
Church is definitely a
got to start going to church. Got to go to church.
Post a rose window every Sunday.
Giving back, a lot of hashtag lunch bags.
You have to join a book club.
But that's hoe shit to me.
Please
Nah, everything you're doing sounds
You got to
like
join
some
a
hoe
book
shit.
club. You got to let the women know, listen, give me the things to read to help me in this next level of my life.
Chicken soup for the soul.
Yeah, like I got to feed, you got to nourish your soul more. You got to start fasting. You got to do a lot of things as a man to get that whore juice off of you.
But what happens when, to your point earlier in the episode, like when a hoe is a hoe, you can't really change much of their DNA and who they are.
But he's not a hoe.
This might work. That's what he was suggesting he was. Yeah.
Just a
He
Republican.
called himself a hoe.
Yeah.
I see, but I think he
could work for 2 years
became
for
a
him.
hoe.
He's just a man.
I think you're projecting on him. He said that he's a hoe.
Yeah.
Well, okay, because
He's a lost man.
I
He's a
kind of
lost
relate to
soul.
what he's saying. I think he became I think you need to change the environment in which you're seeing these women. If you want to be taken seriously, find a bitch and don't meet her up at midnight. Maybe do the coffee walk route. Like have a date. Like have them see you as a person and not just as a fuckstick.
And don't have sex.
Fucking a bunch of women that are coming out of relationships. Like have some accountability here.
Yeah.
Why do I keep being treated this way? They just want to use me to get back out there.
Stop allowing
and stop
yourself-
fucking them.
And also, don't try to wife one of these girls that's fresh out of a relationship.
No, he's
don't
not
be the
trying to do
rebound.
that. He's just tired of being used.
No, but he wants to find something significant. Just find one, but don't find her. Don't make a girl you've been fucking at 2 a.m. the longest over the course of last year the one.
He can't because they don't even want to fuck him or talk to him unless it's 2 a.m.
Man, go get a girl. Since you called and you said my name directly, let me tell you, go get a girlfriend. Go get a bitch. And I'm not being a girl's girl right now. This is not a pro-woman stance. This is actually very toxic. Go get one of them girls that fell in love with the dick, because I know you got at least one, but you ain't think about her because you ain't like her like that. Wife her up, post it on Instagram, and all of these bitches who used to think of you as just a hoe, treat that bitch like she has sunshine coming out of her pussy.
Hurt people. Just go use another girl and post her on Instagram.
Hey, he didn't call me and asks how to be a good fucking guy. I'm not giving him advice.
Yes, he
on
wants
how
a
to be
good result.
No,
He wants a
that's not-
relationship.
No,
wants a
I wish y'all would hush and let me talk.
Mhm.
So just find some innocent woman and use her because he was used.
Mhm.
All right, go ahead.
Mm.
He said he wants to know how to get women to stop looking at him like a fuck stick. He did not call me and say, how do I have a functioning, healthy relationship? You didn't ask that. That's not what the fuck you asked for advice on. You want to know how to get other women to stop looking at you like you are a whore and only good for your dick. The answer to that is to go get a fucking girlfriend, post her on Instagram, treat her like sunshine comes out of her fucking ears when she rises every day, when her head lifts from the fucking pillow, and a bunch of bitches will be in your DMs trying to be your next girlfriend. That is how you get bitches to stop looking at you.
So you want
girlfriend? No, they
to
won't.
give trauma to an innocent girl
They're not gonna
just
try
to get
be
some
your
toxic
girlfriend.
bitches to DM
They're
you?
gonna try to fuck you too.
Attract a good woman.
Yeah, like they're gonna try to fuck you too.
If he wants to just get a bitch,
Women want to fuck you based off the fact that you treating another woman good. Like they like, damn, like what he like. I want some of that.
And it's not about
it won't just be about him. Listen.
What he needs to do is
the next step is him getting in a healthy relationship. Again, he didn't call and ask for how to get in a healthy relationship. He wants to change his image. Going to the fucking book club and all
Who the
that
fuck
extra shit
wants to
is
just
not
get in a
going to get him
relationship
the
that's not
results
healthy?
that he wants.
Yeah.
That's not going to get you the results that you want. Changing your groceries, changing your clothes.
Yeah.
Now you're just a dolled up whore. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. That's not going to
Stop
change your
going to-
reputation.
stop hanging
If
out
you're
in the
known
clubs.
as a whore, you need to be known as the nigga that go crazy about his motherfucking girlfriend. Once you are that, then you can start exploring bitches that you want to be in a healthy relationship with because they have a point of reference. You don't have a point of reference right now. Why would anybody want to be in a fucking relationship with you when you don't have nothing to show how I know how to be in a relationship?
Okay,
What he
see, all right,
need
now
to
you're
do-
onto something. At that point, learn how to fucking do anything outside of fucking. Learn to have a real conversation. What else do you do
I'm sure
outside
he
of
knows
fucking?
how to do
Like,
all of those things.
how
I'm
do we
sure.
know that?
Sound like you're just dropping off
All
some
right,
dick.
I'm giving advanced information. So beginner thing is,
Yeah,
if you
learn
don't
how to
have
carry a
fucking
conversation.
If you don't have a personality, you were a hoe for mad long, and you had mad personality and knew how to carry a fucking conversation.
And that's why they all stayed.
This is how
He's a relationship.
This is how the Kendrick and Cole shit is great to go.
No.
You was a hoe for mad long before you. Hey, Kenny, you was. This shit is about to go. Oh man, this shit about to go a whole nother. I'm telling y'all laughing. All right.
No, I'm not gonna let the mayor's do that. Because now
Big
you're just gonna
Stephen
have
when you
this
were
poor man
disrespecting your
attracting-
wife.
Yeah.
You're gonna have this poor man attracting women that he doesn't want. He wants to be in a relationship. He not only wants to not be a hoe, he wants to be in a real relationship. He's made that
So
clear.
go get some fucking skills that people will think
What's
you
his
can be in
name?
a relationship.
Don't drag a girl through that. Don't find like the 6-month bitch.
Agreed. And
to
I'm
be the
saying
penultimate pussy.
these women, I think he may have an ego and think that these women really like him just because they think he's the best fuck they've ever had. Or maybe he offers nothing but being dick. And that's what they want to use
Which
him
is
for.
what sounds like.
Go learn some other skills, sir.
What's his name? Evan.
Go learn Mandarin.
Evan.
Yes.
All you got to do.
Listen,
Evan,
at least Julian knows how to play fucking backgammon. There's another conversation outside of fucking. Go figure out some other shit where they're like, oh, there could be another layer to this person.
Yes, do that. But there's mad. I know mad whore. No,
Like
bro.
Julian knows
I
boss.
know
Like there's
mad-
another layer to it.
I know
Yeah.
mad male whores with they have
knowing boss
money.
is a layer is
They're
crazy.
Why do you bring boss into it?
Poor boss. I know male whores who have money. They have status. They have they're
Money doesn't
fun-
mean you can carry a conversation.
They're fun to be around. They have the whores I know have the best conversation in the world, but they are whores and they know that they are whores. Women would love for them to be more, but they're whores. Once you're recognized as a whore in the streets, in your small town, know that you're a whore. Same thing with women. You have to get rid of that stain. They have to know you as that nigga that's flying.
Y'all
the
missing
bitch
it.
to
Y'all
church.
missing it.
That's-
All you got to do is get a
wanna
bitch
go
that can
church,
fight.
man.
Once you get a girl that can fight, the other bitch is going to disappear. They not going to talk to you.
Every advice is just so
Yeah.
bad.
Get a girl that
There's
know
not
how to
been
fight.
one good piece of advice
Get,
here.
No,
get
I'm
a
the
girl
one
that know
show
how to
suck
fight.
dick publicly. So I'm telling you.
You know a girl that suck dick publicly. What's her name?
OnlyFans.
I said, I'm the only girl. I'm the only person on this podcast that sucks dick. I'm telling you how to get women to fall in love
She
with
added publicly. That was a shot. That was a shot.
I'm telling you
All right,
how
but
to get
fuck,
women to
all right,
fall in love
because I
with
just
you.
heard like
It may
When
be
you did it
toxic.
publicly.
It may be toxic.
No,
Okay.
she mean knowingly.
I know.
Knowingly is the right word.
I know.
I admit to it publicly. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But it might be toxic.
Damaris sucked
but-
dick.
breaking news. Damaris has
A
sucked
grown woman.
a
sucks
grown
dick.
woman has sucked dick before.
Whoa.
Anyway, listen to me. I'm telling you, you want bitches to stop looking at you like that, you got to give them another point of reference.
Man, get a
That's
girl
it.
that can
That's
fight.
all. That's it. That's all.
Maul's advice is so bad.
I'm telling you, bro. All right, y'all be thinking I'm joking. All right. I bet you if he get a girlfriend that can fight, he could be like, yo, chicks don't even talk to me
He
no
can't
more.
get a girlfriend.
Yeah, the whole point is to get a girl.
To then go find one that's Ali's
beat up
daughter
all the
is
other
just.
prospects.
Yeah.
And I bet $1 million he can't get a girlfriend. It's just that the bitches that like him, he don't want.
Well, that's a fact.
But isn't that how it always go?
He's got to take care of something other than himself. I don't know if you have a pet, sir, but
This nigga tell him to get a dog.
in my case,
told this nigga to get a
plants.
goldfish.
Get plants. Take care of something
Plants.
other
You
than
can't
yourself.
fuck no plant.
No, I'm just saying, like, you need to be if you're trying to unlearn being selfish.
Oh, okay.
And just being literally a dick to fuck and then leave. You need something that is in your life consistently to take care of other than yourself. Get plants first, and then obviously when you bring a woman that matters in your life to your apartment, she sees plants. That's a good thing.
So anytime you like run into somebody that's in a healthy marriage, the first thing they'd be like, well, I started with a ficus.
Yeah.
See,
And
why
then-
do you always do this shit?
Dude, you do the same shit to me.
It's different when I do it.
It is.
It's
different
cool
when you
when
do
I
Yeah,
do
it's
it's cool.
cool.
When you do it. Fuck him.
But I'm letting y'all know right now, when Jermaine Cole decided to do it, it's gonna be a lot different.
He's
than you
definitely
motherfuckers.
rapping about ficus plants in
Oh
his
my
distant
God.
Kendrick, for
Ficus
sure.
rhymes with bicus, you can bite, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Remember I said it.
I'm even mad that Damaris tried to take a personal shot at me.
How?
She said,
My
you
bad.
said-
Oh, you
Because
said
I'm
you
a
was a
hoe,
whore?
because I know how to carry a conversation. She's no mad hoes that are good time. Nah, those type of male hoes try to hide behind their vacations and their monies. Like, you don't really need to have a real conversation with a bitch when you take her to Turks.
Give me my
I was
monies.
in Jersey City getting it in.
I gotta pee.
Rory had a bitch on the PAT train.
My personality got me here. I could
Turks-
never hide behind the money
Turks and Hoboken.
or the fucking vacation. I was sitting here. These bitches liked me.
Turks and Weehawken.
So much trauma. It's so much trauma in the room.
Trenton and Weehawken.
There's so much trauma in the room. Why is there so much trauma in here?
Yeah, I was a hoe with substance, all right?
Yo, all right, Rory.
Listen,
I had never been to DR.
listen,
I'd only been to the Heights.
You got to own your wholeness. That's all.
Yeah, I did.
And once you get a girlfriend and you've been with her for a while, your wholeness can get deleted.
Maul,
No, I
did
can't.
you ever date a girl that used to
I was
beat
a
up
hoe.
women?
Huh?
Did you ever date a girl that used to fight other women?
I had no choice. She was about to beat me up, nigga. I was a victim.
You threw a woman instead?
It's either you or that bitch.
It's either you gonna give me this dick or you gonna get put to sleep too. I said, well, we bend over because I'm not getting knocked out by a girl. Fuck that.
This nigga named Brandon.
You and Evan are so cool. That's never happened to me.
Yeah, man. You
I
gotta
feel bad
keep a
for
girl
this
in. You
guy.
gotta keep a girl in your roster that know how to fight. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I agree there.
Ma, you are not dating no women at your big age that know how to fight.
No, not now. I'm not looking to date a woman now that knows how to fight. Like,
Why? I'm confused why that's a quality that like, there's like nice women that are wifey material that just happen to know how to fight.
yes,
what's wrong with that?
I'm talking about the ones that like
Like
looking,
look to fight.
are
Oh,
the
no, okay.
aggressor.
The
Way
ones that's like
different.
Looking
the
to
ones
fight
that's
and knowing
way
how
the
to
ones
fight.
that's like, yo, what she said, she didn't say nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that woman didn't say
She
anything
want
to
to
you.
fight the server because
Yeah, it's like, yo,
burger.
yeah, it's like,
that's a
yo,
lot.
chill, bro. We not, no, we're not doing that. No, but I've dated girls like that though, 100%, absolutely. But no,
Those
now
girls
no.
are headaches.
But yeah, a lot of girls,
Just
women know
wanna
how to fight.
other bitches. Oh my god.
No, please keep that.
Evan, meet people that aren't in the club or outside.
Yeah, if you going to the club still, like,
If you think you're gonna, I mean,
And how many women do you know that are all just getting out of relationships? You need to take some accountability of who you're surrounding yourself with.
yeah, he sounds like a gigolo that's like trying to get out the game.
Evan, sweetie, as long as you have personality and eventually you will find a woman that is into what you're into, but to get the stain off and stop being looked at as dick, go wife one of them girls that's in your inbox that you don't.
He's gonna have to get a whore that is trying not to be a whore herself anymore.
Oh, those are best relationships.
This is how this
former whores.
Oh my god.
He's gonna have to because then they could together. They could be like, yo, I really want to fuck somebody
Yeah.
else, but I'm not gonna do it.
It's like having a sponsor.
That's like when the couple that meets in rehab. That always works out perfectly.
Yeah, it works out pretty
Yeah,
good.
they never hit the needle again.
Never.
It's legitimately the Take Care song by Drake and Rihanna.
I know you've been hurt by someone else.
That entire song is both of us are hoes, but at least we're good for each other.
I've asked about you and they've told me things. But my
I've asked
mind
about you.
didn't
That song is so
change. I
good.
still feel the same.
Yeah.
The life with no fun. Please don't be so. Yeah, that would.
He
yeah,
needs to
Rory.
live. He needs to live the Take Care song.
Mm.
Go find you a girl that you've heard some things, but you don't care.
They don't get you like
Because she's
I
heard things
will.
about you as well.
That shit's hard.
And I don't care.
Period.
We're just here for each other.
That's for them.
What's a life without fun?
Marriages. Don't be so ashamed.
I ain't gonna
What
lie.
are you ready to say?
I get it,
I
but
quoted the song.
I get it. But if one of my homies' wife a known whore, I'm laughing.
How
I'm just
far
cracking
out of
jokes.
her whoredom Like,
I don't get
And how
a fuck.
quickly do you tell him, like,
that's wife.
nah, you shouldn't do that?
As soon as I see him dating her.
I think why she was whoring depends.
But sometimes you can't tell when your man's is like in that gray area of, is he
You
just
ask
fucking
him.
her?
No, you
Or
ask him.
is
Yo,
he
what's
about
up
to
with
wife?
Yo, what's up with you and Shorty, yo? He like, yo, dog, I ain't gonna lie, yo, I like her. Really?
Are you going to be bold enough to just to straight up tell you that she's a whore, sir?
If you one of my like close friends, yeah. That's how we give it up to each other. Me and my like close friends that I grew up with. Yeah. Ain't none of that sugarcoating shit.
I
Yo, bro, she's a hoe. I don't know if you know that. Not saying that.
And what if he said, all right, that was her past. I don't give a fuck about that.
Salute. But when niggas start giggling when you and her walk in the set, nigga, you can't be mad.
What if he replies with, how you know?
Ooh.
How I don't know. I'm
Ask the
outside.
block.
I'm in the streets.
I'm just trying to come up with scenarios.
Yeah, no. How you don't know? That would be my rebuttal. Like, how you don't?
That would sting.
That would sting.
Like, nigga, how you don't know?
I would just play the Take Care song.
Yeah, like, nigga, but you know, have fun, do your thing, you know.
Niggas be wife and whores. They say, people always say you can't say a whore to a housewife, but every nigga I know that wife to whore loved that whore. They had the best fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was his best relationship.
Yeah, they do have good relationships until they just.
If she whore for money, if she's a whore for money, then I wouldn't trust her. But if she was a hoe just because like she ain't know no better.
She ain't know no
She's
better.
for Evan then.
She doesn't know no better.
She didn't know any better.
So you're saying she wasn't in it for
You knew them 7 niggas standing outside that door. You shouldn't have fucked them niggas.
7?
Oh, 7. Oh,
Wait, like
Yeah.
as a crew, just
Like a
7 of them
train,
chilling?
God, man.
Well,
okay,
I mean,
well that's
that's a
You
lot.
do so
that's
many
not the type of hoe
extremes.
I'm talking about. That's on the extreme, like
What type of hoe you talking about?
about?
Because that's a hoe to me.
Yeah.
But
But that's a big, if like that's the gauge of hoe, then
Yeah.
I only know angels. I don't think I've ever met a hoe.
You don't think you think you've ever been in a relationship with a girl that had a train ran on them?
I hope to God I haven't. I'll put it this way.
He's good now.
I've had no knowledge.
Open to God that you never.
That's all you can do.
Look what you pray for. Look
That's all you can do.
God, if you listen to it, please don't let this.
Is
girl
there
have
anything
the
else you
train.
could do?
You think you never
No.
broke bread with a train chick?
I probably broke bread with a girl that's been trained before.
Breaking bread
That's
is so
sick.
funny.
Like ate a meal with a girl that's had a train ran on her? Yes, I've probably done that before.
Yeah,
That's
I can see
Mom,
that.
is
you know
that
anyone-
fucking
Do
crazy?
you know any women personally that have had trains ran on them?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Damn, I don't think I do.
Yeah.
You probably do. You just
No, I mean like knowingly. Like I'm sure I do. I just don't know who of my
I'm cool
girlfriends
with a
would have
girl
done
that had a train ran on her and she don't know that I know she had a train ran on her. And I would never tell her that I know that.
I've never been in that position.
Yeah.
I feel like all the girls I've known, I've known that
Now it was because she was
that
with
she
it.
was like the caboose.
She was with the train. Like she wasn't like she was, niggas ain't. She wasn't drunk and passed out. Niggas
No, wait,
violated her.
that's-
No Diddy.
Yeah, that's
No, I'm just saying, like
way
she knew, like she was just, she was in that moment in her life where she was just having fun. So, yeah, it happens. But Evan, find a girl, stop hanging out wherever you hanging out at. You got to completely change your lifestyle. You got to completely change your energy. People only gonna treat you the way you treat yourself.
Mhm.
So, all right, Evan. Well, good luck, man. Hopefully, you change your lifestyle. You start hanging out different places. People only gonna treat you the way you treat yourself. So, you gotta change. You gotta change yourself if you want women to change the way they approach you and the energy that they approach you with. So, call us back and let us know. Man, call us back in about 2-3 months. Let us know what the update is.
And always remember, it's in the Bible. Only women can be hoes, men can't. So you're actually just an
that's
upstanding
the Book of David, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
You're an upstanding Catholic man, really, at the end of the day. So don't beat yourself up over this.
Yeah.
They're a horse. You're not.
No, he's a whore.
100%,
He's a whore. It's
100%
okay.
whore.
It's okay.
Yeah, but they made him whore.
Yeah,
they made him a hoe.
He's
you
a
need
product
to
of
do
his
math.
environment. He's a
Yeah.
product of his
It was like
environment.
when Eve, bit the apple and like tried to get Adam to do
Yeah.
some shit.
It's
Yeah.
like black on black crime. Like we can only kill each other because we live next to each
Yeah,
other.
he was
so.
a straight A student until these whores met him.
It's like black on black crime.
Yeah, they say black on black crime. is, well, we live right here in the same. Who else are we going to kill? Like,
It's
nah.
a vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
It is.
Let's get the fuck out of here, man. We'll
This-
talk to
this
y'all
was
soon.
Yeah,
This
go
was,
Patreon.
we had a lot of shit to talk about. We've been gone for a few days, so that's what happens when you're gone from the culture for a few days. Shit happens. But we'll be back in a couple of days to talk to y'all. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Be blessed. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. Peace.
No worry and mom.